Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hobby Night. I'm Angela, and we are here today to watch the Games Workshop Big Summer Preview, where we're going to be able to learn about all of these various things. Look at them. They're beautiful. Warhammer and Age of Sigmar and the Horus Heresy, a whole bunch of different things. There's lots and lots of different things for us to learn about. Old World Kill Team Necromunda Blood Bowl, which is the one I'm most excited for. Who here is also excited for Blood Bowl? Me, it's me, it's me, it's me. I really hope we get Dark Elves. Please let me get Dark Elves. I want new Dark.
Blood Bowl? I want for fantasy.
I want it for both. I don't think Dark Elves have had an update in a while for their Blood Bowl that I can remember. And I would love to see both. Hello, Neo. It's lovely to see you. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. So please chat. Let me know as you guys filter in what you are most interested in. Oh, I'll call them back afterwards. Excellent. I'm sending something out and I got a call for it so that I can pay. Yeah. So that's fine. That's fine. But I'm excited. So I'm excited for this preview. We're going to see hopefully a lot of things. I'm assuming this is going to be a little bit of a longer I do that and I do the small amount. I assume this is going to be a longer preview. You're doing okay? Excellent, excellent. Oops, let me also get live chat on. Hello, Martin. Good morning, good morning. I'm doing all right myself, Neo. I'm glad that you're doing okay. Are you excited for today's preview? Is there anything you're in particular looking forward to? I was actually chatting with my patrons or my Discord guys this morning. So all of my YouTube members and all of my patron members, and we were chatting about like what we're looking forward to. And I've been told that there's rumors of Exodites possibly for Kill Team. That sounds exciting. That would be really cool to see. I know that other people are really looking forward to the Ogres refresh that's coming for, I believe, Age of Sigmar and or Old World. I can't remember now if it's Old World, but I assume it's Age of Sigmar. You're looking forward to the video? Well, thank you, Grant. I very much appreciate that. I'm looking forward to the stream, honestly. It should be a fun one. Okay, one thing that I have not seen outright is that this is at a show, like a live show. So I think it's going to be a pre-recorded stream from Games Workshop, which ideally means we should have like zero problems, fingers crossed, with the actual quality of this stream. Whether we're happy with what we get to see, that's another question. But we should be. You're excited about the Necromunda stuff? You're hoping for no new edition? Do you think they would do a new edition at this point? How many years has it been since the last edition came out for Necromunda? Because I don't play that one actively, I actually don't know what edition they're on. Hello, David. It's lovely to see you. My morning is going quite well. I hope yours is as well. $20 says there's audio issues. Do you think there's going to be audio issues? Is it going to be a live show?
Yeah, if they're just having to play an MP4, they'll be fine.
Yeah, like if it's gonna be a pre-recorded show where they're not having to like cut to them being live in front of a crowd of people in a physical location somewhere, then I think we'll be fine.
Like, hey, I can see you guys down in chat, excited. Then it's like, oh no.
Yeah, but if they don't acknowledge their own chat, then I think we'll be fine. 2017. Oh gosh, was it that long ago? So the newest edition was the last one I like picked up. I did buy that box set. I remember the 2017 Necromunda release, and that was a pretty cool one. Isn't that where that cool like terrain with the canopy tops came from?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's when they introduced the vehicles.
That's right. That's right. So that was pretty cool. So you don't want a new edition. Ooh, there's a rumor that it has a new bland edition coming. I'm not going to lie, Neo, considering they just launched 11th edition Warhammer 40k and Necromunda is tied into that universe because it's set in the same era, it would not surprise me, unfortunately, if that rumor is true. And I pray for your sake that it's not. But don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. You might pass out because I don't trust them. I don't trust them to not update it, especially if it has been from 2017. That's like a decent amount of time between the last one, and considering like, gosh, I think Blood Bowl's had a edition update since then. So I just jinxed it Well, I'm knocking on some wood for you, okay? I'm knocking on some wood for you. Come on, Neo, think about it. Do you really trust GW to not disappoint you and release a new edition, even though it's desperately what you want? Because when do they ever do what you desperately want them to do? When do they do that? Like switching it over to a you go, I go activation, like an activation based combat system. No. I want them to do it. Keep knocking on wood. Okay, I'm knocking on all the wood. There we go.
I'm a dick.
But yeah, so I'm optimistic for you, but I'm also not optimistic for you because I've been burned by GW one too many times. I think for me, I am looking forward to Blood Bowl the most. I am looking forward to seeing what we get Old World. I would love Dark Elves to come back to Old World. I would love to see an update to the Dark Elves in Blood Bowl because I don't think we've seen one in a while. You think AOS would get a new edition before others? Didn't they get a new edition though, like just before 11th edition? Like I thought they had an update within the last like 2 to 3 years, and they don't update Age of Sigmar nearly as often as they do like 40k for whatever reason. I do know why. I think the sales for 40k are just stronger across the board. Which I always kind of like, I guess I get it because people are fracking obsessed. We're all obsessed with Space Marines. We all just want to constantly paint Space Marines for some reason. But I'm really surprised because I actually think Age of Sigmar has some really gorgeous, sometimes superior looking models to what 40k gets. Like on a like sculpture, artistic, I want to paint this just to paint this kind of level. But I guess the number of people who just buy Space Marines to never play with them probably exceeds the number of artists who are buying Age of Sigmar figures to never paint them. Like, that's my assumption. You're new to the wargaming hobby, but you like the lizard guys, would make any new ones. Seraphon, I don't know if the lizard men are gonna see any updates in the near future. I feel like we just a year and a half ago, we had a pretty big like huzzah about them because they had they were like a lineup of one of the new spearheads that came out. I remember because I picked it up and I painted the whole thing and I really liked it. But I feel like that was that not around the Age of Sigmar new edition release? Actually, I think it might have been. Hello, Rob. It's lovely to see you. But yeah, I don't know if Lizard Men are going to see any like major updates. Now, will they get a release? Are Lizard Men out in Old World? I actually don't know. It's complicated because unfortunately with the fantasy side of things, especially the Lizard Men, one, they'll never put them in 40k, even though I think people would flip their shit for that so hard. I think that'd be really cool, actually. Having Lizard Men in 40k would be very cool, but they've never done that. The most that they've kind of referenced to them is with like the Slan, sort of, or the old ones, I guess. But that's about it. So I don't think we'll ever get them in 40k. When it comes to Age of Sigmar, I feel like they've had a little bit of a refresh already in the last like 5 years. And because there are so many factions in all of GW's titles, like all of them, they don't tend to like hyper fixate on one in particular unless it's the Space Marines for Warhammer 40k, because they can like pretend that they're focusing on different chapters, even though it's just for Space Marines. I'm not bitter, you're bitter. So there's that. But I don't know if they've come out in ages in are they due for a refresh? I wasn't sure when their last refresh was, so I genuinely couldn't tell you. I feel my perception of time is very borked because I don't have a real job.
Wow.
It really fucks with my scheduling, honestly. Like, I will legit admit to that. It's a very cool, my job is very cool. I am not denying that. but there are some weird downsides. And knowing where I am in time is one of them. It's a little scary sometimes. So I genuinely could not tell you when the refresh was, but I feel like they are not that old. But I also don't actually know, because I've not consistently played Age of Sigmar, what their cycle is like. Even though I've definitely, I've covered it, so I kind of have a vague memory of what it is, what the rotation is. But I remember there's so many, I remember them tending to block it in by order, chaos, why am I blanking? Destruction, and then what's the other one? Order, chaos, destruction, and I don't know what the other one is. I thought there was a third. But I know they tend to structure their releases
Order,
around
chaos,
that.
Destruction is the third.
Oh, sorry, I thought there was a fourth.
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe death. Thank you. Yeah, I was no, where are all the undead things? Death, of course. So yeah, death, order, chaos, and destruction. So I know they have that 4 groupings of how they kind of categorize their factions, and then they kind of break them down from there. And I know in the past that they used to do codex releases, for example, based off of okay, we're going to do an order one here, a chaos one here, a destruction one, and they would alternate it. And then you'd end up having 4 to 6 factions within each groupings of chaos, order, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if they still do it that way. I don't know if they've changed that cycle. The Archivist is a lizard and was brought as a Nemesis operative for Kill Team recently. Oh, that's cool. But they don't have a hyper big fixation. You don't get a full army of lizard men. You know what I wish they would do? I don't necessarily want them to bring lizard men by themselves as a sentient creature into Warhammer 40k, but what I would like us to get is I would love for them to give Dark Elves their Cold One mounts, a focus on that, because I know that there's jungle elf things in space that has been referenced in old lore for Warhammer 40k, and I want that. What are they called? There's I feel like there's a name for the riders.
Cold One Knights?
No, because those ones already existed. There's ones that were more a la jungle themed, I thought. No. But I'm not, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I'm maybe it is just the Cold One Knights. But I want more of a focus on that. Yeah, I want Eldar on dinosaurs. That's really all I want. I just want all of the Eldar. I guess it would be, because Cold One Knights are from Old World, and I don't think they really have them in 40k, right? So yeah, I want them to take...
They do exist in 40k, but they are the Exodite.
The Exodite, thank you. That was the term I was looking for. I want the Exodites. I want an entire army of Exodites. I want them to really expand on that. Give me lots of different rideable dinosaurs. Give me an Eldar riding a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Please and thank you. I also want some riding pterodactyls. Okay? I need all of the dinosaurs ridden, and I want that. I want that really a lot. I want that a lot in my life. In all of our lives. I mean, don't you want elves riding dinosaurs? Does that not sound cool as hell? Yes, Exodites. Thank you, everybody. Is that Vulcan in the fire at the top of the page? No, I think that's a Blood Angel with a halo. Because it's an ad for the new 40k app, so it's it's that image of the Blood Angel with his pistol out, and he's got the Iron Halo. That's what it's called. I mean, that would be cool. Maybe Games Workshop will just blow my mind. Brand new to 11th edition Exodites. That's the big reveal today. Rob, could you imagine how many people would lose their shit? No, scroll to the top? What do you mean scroll to the top? Okay, hold on. I've scrolled to the top. What are we talking about? Do you mean these images? This one? The Siege of Deathmire? No, that's just for people to submit their stuff, and those are orcs, I believe. And or guardsmen. And then we got a picture of Caiaphas Cain. The hideous looking Caiaphas Cain. I ranted about that during our last stream. Just seeing where we're at. Okay, we got 14 minutes left. I ranted about this I'll open it. This model, guys, this model disappoints me. This model disappoints. They did him dirty. They did his like buddy here so freaking dirty.
I think he's supposed to kind of.
No. I saw the art.
Oh,
they put new art out with him in the original article featuring the models for these two new models, and they did him dirty. They did both of them dirty, but they really did him dirty. It was not good. And then up here is just we just see the little ad. You know what? Here, I'm gonna test to make sure. It's so loud.
The new edition of Warhammer 40,000 is out. The sun is shining.
So
Time for a well-earned break.
I'm just kind of thinking we've forgotten something.
Nope.
Eddie, what about the releases for all the other games?
Gadzooks, you're right. There's so much cool stuff coming. We forgot to tell anyone about it.
Old World,
Oh, it
massive
possibly
thing,
wasn't
2
on.
heads.
That new Necromunda box.
Blood Bowl, Return of What's His Name.
The rest of the models for that Horus Heresy thing.
The new Kill Team set is off the scale.
That amazing new Age of Sigmar army.
Greedy. Have you even painted your cog fort
Also,
yet?
You know
please
me,
let
Adam.
know-
I'm always hungry for more.
Really loud for
Sounds
you
like
guys.
we
Your
need
ears,
another
I'm so
preview.
sorry.
Yeah, big preview. With
So
loads
sorry.
Of game systems.
Why did he have it so loud? I'm sorry, guys.
In it?
Yeah, you kind of have to, right? So the new edition's out, but people will want to know about
How's
the
that?
first
Is that
codex
better?
and all the new terrain that's coming.
Right. Big preview in the summer.
You disagree? You think it's more appropriate for the character? Listen, that's fine. But if you're going to have one artist depict him in 2D and then another artist depict him in 3D, then I need them to match.
Imperial propaganda has always been somewhat inconsistent.
Okay, they made him a Planet of the Apes ape. Okay, that is what they did to his friend. Like, well, I don't have it.
I thought you put a new card.
I know I didn't. I didn't do that. I didn't do that before we went on our walk, and then I never did it when we got back. So it's downstairs, I think, on the counter.
Okay, I didn't see it, so I can...
Okay, I will.
It's fine.
Okay, we'll find it afterwards. Jurgen is kind of supposed to look repulsive. Fair enough. I mean, like, okay, fine. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I just think they really did him dirty. That's all I'm saying. I felt like the image I was shown versus the image that I saw as the sculpt was wrong. Because it was like, ooh, is he supposed to be that?
Yes.
Okay, all right. He's apparently Chaos Spawn. Got it. Oh, I think they've started playing music for us. Yes, they have. Oh, they're asking us questions. All right, well, we're just gonna close that because we don't need it anymore. There we go. Let's go. During the dying moment of the Siege of Terra, the Astronomicon was broke. Okay, well, I didn't get to finish reading the question, but the answer was Death Guard. My boys, my favorite boys. I want to bash 65 with Adam Driver into 40k. Eldari meets Chris Pratt. Nice. I mean, I think I understand a little bit because we're combining Chris Pratt from Jurassic, like his Jurassic Park role. I gotcha. I get you. I understand. I see where you're at, Alex. Also, hello, Star Fairy. I know we chatted, but I didn't actually say hello to you. How are we all doing, everyone? Woo! Are we excited? What do we think we're gonna start with? What do you think GW is gonna drop first for us? Blood Bowl, star player, Morgan Thorg. Professional debut was for which team? Morgan Thorgs. I'm gonna guess the Pie Express. But that is genuinely just a guess. I have no idea. I think I remember who Morgan Thorg are, but I think they're ogres. But they could also be halflings. I don't remember. They're either very small or very tall. One of the two. So I'm going to go with the Pie Express. Damn it, it was the Chaos All-Stars. I should have known. I'll flail myself later. The off the scales hint for Kill Team plus a couple of very Lizard Dino-like rumor engines. Really? An Exodite Kill Team would actually be hella cool. That would actually be really cool. If we get Exodites today, I am going to burst your eardrums. You think you're gonna start with 40K? That makes sense. What do you think we're gonna show for 40K? Because they're not doing like normal codexes this edition or something, right? Like I keep hearing people like chat about that, and I haven't looked into it specifically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is like I've heard so many things about like codexes maybe like really different. I don't know if they're making them for this edition. I don't get it. You think 40K has the lighter updated? Oh, it should. It shouldn't be the focus. That's why I'm like, maybe we will start with it just because to like get it out of the way. But here's the other thing though, is like half of their audience, let's be real, are 40K bros. And that's all they care about. So the minute, like if GW really, I think GW is going to be one of two things. They're either going to put it at the beginning to get it out of the way because they have nothing to say about it, or they're going to put it at the end with nothing to say about it and disappoint everybody with a lackluster ending, but have kept everybody through the full stream, which I think number-wise is probably what they want. They want to have those big numbers that everybody watched their stream all the way through, right? So I don't know. I feel like that's what we're going to be dealing with. They've now made their music really soft, so I'm gonna change it again. Oh, thank you, Games Workshop. I love when you do this. Kill Team designers once again showing that they got to do whatever they want. I mean, here's the thing. I think there's a number of teams in Games Workshop's design teams that actually are allowed to be a little freeform and do whatever the hell they want. And are you seriously asking which Primarch wins in a fight? God, the baiting. Okay, anyways. Sorry, I'm so angry by that bait. I'm actually also curious what they're going to answer for this because it's going to piss somebody off. It's going to piss everybody off. If they just say all of them, it's a stalemate. None of them win. They all die. Anyways, what I was going to say is I feel like a lot of the design teams in Games Workshop actually have a lot of freedom, with the exception of 40K. 40K is the ones that like get very strict rules on what they have to do, and I think it dictated like we need more Space Marines too often. And is the con who won? Who did they flash up? I actually missed it. You know what? You're right. You're right, Rob. Sanguinius is dead. He would lose. You think you're getting normal codexes? Okay, that makes sense. I mean, how else are they going to do it, right? Like, how else would they actually, unless they just went fully with a digital rule set that's completely on the app, which would be wild. Gilliman was the one who won? Bullshit. Who said Dorn was dead? Did I say Dorn was dead? Did I misspeak and not say Gilliman? Or did I not say Sanguinius? Oh my god, I'm saying too many names now. Did I say that, or did somebody else say that? I really think they're gonna bring Sanguinius back at some point. I think they're gonna bring their beautiful angel bird boy back at some point. Everybody loves him, and let's be real, he's an angel. He could just resurrect. Like, right? I feel like that's bound to happen. Gilliman would beat them to death with a sharp spreadsheet. You know, true, accurate, he would. He would absolutely, he would actually just, you know actually why Gilliman would win? He would sit down, he'd put on his glasses, and he would just start reading statistics to them and bore them to death. That's actually, he would just be showing them his spreadsheets and all of the statistics and all of the information he's gotten from said spreadsheets, but never showing it in a creative or fun or exciting way. It is like the most dull, driest PowerPoint you could imagine. And he just sits them out and sits them all down, and that's how he does it. He just slaughters them with data. Oh, GW said Gilliman would win because all the others were dead. But Dorn isn't dead. Is the Khan canonically dead? I didn't think he was dead either. I thought he was in the warp. Like Sanguinius, yes, I accept. He is dead. We've seen his body. There's lots of artwork about it, right? So I get that. But like Dorn is not canonically dead as far as I know. And I didn't think the Khan was either. What the hell, GW? If they bring Sanguinius back, you will give away your models in Rage? Is that why? That's what I said. Like, Khan is in the warp, so he's not dead. And then Dorn's, like, hanging out in, like, some armor somewhere. Hey. I will admit, most of what I know, ironically, about Daddy Dorn, my first Space Marine chapters Primarch, is from the old text-to-speech stuff. Oh my gosh, Rob, thank you so much for being a member for 23 months. Woo! It's almost 2 years. That is crazy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like Gilliman wins because he PowerPoints them to death. That's my theory. That's actually how the Imperium will win the war. Is they'll just sit Gilliman down with the Chaos Gods, and we'll trap them somehow so that they can't leave. Oh my gosh, Rob, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Welcome to the Hobby Night Legion. A Max Acre. Oh my god, I'm gonna fuck up all your guys' names. Piscatoy, Danker TV, Brian Wright 8374, and Evil Advisor. Welcome everybody, welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for that gifted membership. Whoop whoop.
Hi.
They reconnected Dorn as only his arm was found instead of his skeleton being on the homeworld.
Yep.
Oh, they retconned, not reconnected. I can't read. Okay, got it. So Dorn is definitely still alive, but missing an arm, apparently. The Khan is still alive, but in the warp, yet GW is claiming they're dead, huh?
Right.
They had a question of which Primarch would win this fight, and it was Gilliman, the Khan, Dorn, and Sanguinius. And GW said that the answer was Gilliman because all the others were dead. And my chat, and I don't know about GW's chat, but I imagine they did, and went, excuse me.
Does that mean that in the Horus Heresy, I'm not allowed to use any of those Primarchs anymore? Because Games Workshop said they're dead?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because otherwise their rules don't work.
That's an excellent question. See, GW needs to think about these
Honestly,
questions.
I don't agree with that level of snark.
What, the...
Games Workshops.
Oh, no, I kind of don't either. What have you missed, Beef Chief? Mostly just us being snarky towards GW because they're being snarky towards the fans. I'm doing all right, Carlos. Thank you for asking. They don't. I am actually legit convinced GW doesn't actually track properly their own lore. Like, whatever lore Bibles they used to have been trashed and drawn over.
There's still on the shelves, though.
Okay, but they're collecting dust. They haven't opened them in like 20 years is how I genuinely feel about it. At least, well, okay, I'm not gonna say 20 years. I liked 8th edition. Okay, I liked where 8th edition felt like it was going, and then I just feel like they borked it really hard, like midway through 9th edition. And
they tried to go back to status quo, but it wasn't as cool of a setting for status quo.
No, it really wasn't. And I don't know. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing, isn't it? I think so. Oh my gosh, Rob, thank you once again so much for the gifted memberships. I appreciate that so much, genuinely. Yay! Oh, never mind, I didn't get to finish reading the question. It was up there for a while. Starting soon! Excellent. Should be good. I'm really excited. I want some cool Blood Bowl and Old World stuff. Okay, here's my thing. Are we getting... Yeah, we were getting Horus Heresy. I appreciate Horus Heresy as a game system.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this very exciting preview. This is the big
I think
summer
they're
Warhammer
pre-recorded.
preview. I am Adam Troke. This is Eddie Eccles, and we're delighted to have your company.
Yeah, this is going to be a really cool preview. We've got stuff from loads of different game systems to show you, loads of Warhammer to talk about.
Let me know how they
90
sound for you
minutes
guys.
of stuff. Is that
Yeah,
about
it
right?
should run to about that long, depending on how fast we talk and how sidetracked we get by all the details. But yeah, for the next hour and a half or so, we're going to fill the air with loads of cool Warhammer things. We've got things to cover from Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer the Old World, Warhammer Necromunda, Warhammer Blood Bowl,
Woo, let's
Warhammer Horus
go!
Heresy, and Legions Imperialis. Have I forgotten anything?
Kill Team.
Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team. So
Yeah.
loads to go
Loads of
through.
different systems. It's not every single system that we make. There are a few systems we couldn't quite squeeze
Absolutely.
in. So we haven't got any Warcry for you. We haven't got any Underworld.
Or Middle Earth.
We haven't got any Middle Earth. But we'll have stuff on all of those game systems in the not too distant future.
Absolutely. So keep your eyes on WarhammerCommunity.com if you want to. Hear
Yeah,
about
they're
the news on those as it
muted for
happens.
me too. So hold on.
Meanwhile, while the chat fills up and we get ready to kick
Okay,
off,
I've got them
the
boosted
two
as much
things
as I
we
can,
do
but I'm probably gonna have
firstly
to
is that we
drop
ask
that
people in the chat where you're
as
from.
soon as they
I was
start
looking at the chat,
showing
people
videos,
asked
'cause
if
I
it'll
enjoyed the quiz.
the quiz
blow
was
your
fun, right?
earbuds out.
Any
I
wrong?
got all of them right, obviously, Adam.
Very
but
good.
I did also help write the question, so I did have cheated a bit.
Perfect.
I think this is
was playing for
pre-recorded.
myself, and I saw where some people are from. We've got people from Texas. There's people from all around the UK. Lot from Europe as well.
Oh
Some from
no,
France and
they're
some Germany.
actually saying where
So
people are
wherever you
from.
are in
Fuck,
this
it might be
global
live.
Warhammer community,
volume
welcome to the
sounds
preview.
okay.
We're delighted that you would
Yeah,
choose
good,
to spend
good.
some time with us.
Yep, absolutely. Are you doing any hobby recently, Adam?
I have. I've found doing hobby a bit hard, been very busy, and also the weather is
been a
complete
bit
and
warm.
At least
madness
they, yeah,
of
like,
changing right
when
now
have we
here in the UK. We're
seen
getting burninated.
new Warcry
But I've put
anything?
together everything.
And I'm legit
for
asking that because I
my
can't
Armageddon
think of
box,
when the last time we
including
saw
Dark Angel
Warcry
and Dark Angel,
anything
right?
is.
Why not?
The
Yeah,
models
why
with some extra details.
I
about
agree.
Armageddon.
Pre-recorded should be how it is every time.
Bit of Eldari, take some of them.
They appear to not be doing that this time, though. They appear to actually be live. At least they're not in front of a live audience. Like I will take this over them being in front of a live
It
audience.
was on Warcom, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god, yeah, they are gonna ramble.
Meanwhile,
They are
the
gonna
other thing I've been doing to
completely
spend a bit of
ramble.
time is I've been sort of theory hammering some armies.
Hello, George. It's lovely to see you.
And I've been looking at. I saw somebody had made a really interesting little video on like Instagram or somewhere about how you could use the Fulgurist detachment, which is like land speeder centric. And so I'm trying to work out how I can synergize that with all of my.
But at least
naval
2 years? Are you
very
kidding me?
fast-moving Sort of attacking and.
Oh my god.
That could be really
Wow,
a lot
what
of
an
people doing,
underserved community.
40,000 army list theorying. at the
Yeah, I've
moment,
been
aren't they?
caught up in the wave.
I mean,
think.
at
What
least
about you?
they like.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
cool that
obviously,
they've
but,
actually
one
mentioned it
list
then
for
and
every
said that they're going to be
single
having something new
And you play
soonish.
your
I wonder if that's going to be a
game.
new
I've played
freaking
one
edition
game,
then. If it's been
unofficial game
2
I've been
years.
so far with my Eldar against some Tau.
You are undefeated.
That's
retired.
rough.
So
That's
far,
rough.
undefeated,
Perfect.
yeah.
Gotta love it. Right. So, as we said, we've got loads of things to talk about throughout the course of this preview. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope that you have a nice time. We are going to start off the show by going to the grim darkness of the far future, and we're going to talk about some things for Warhammer 40,000. So here we are with Warhammer 40,000 Armageddon, the launch box for the new edition, sort of out there in the wild. It's worth talking about
Ooh,
some
we have a
things that
poll
are
up,
coming
everybody in
and the
chat.
first thing
Please
that
feel
we're gonna
free
talk
to
about
vote in
is
that.
how
I'd love to
new
see what you
people
guys are
Warhammer
thinking.
might get started in the Warhammer 40,000 hobby with some Warhammer 40,000 starter sets. So here is the Warhammer 40,000 starter set. We've got one in the flesh. This is
Oh,
an enormous
God, I
box,
hate when
and
they
it
do
is
this.
The perfect way if you've
We've
never
got
played
one in the
Warhammer
flesh.
40,000
We're going to
before,
open it
to
up
get
and we're going to
started,
stare at the
to
miniatures
jump
where
straight into
you
the hobby,
guys
any
can't
questions
see
so
it because
far?
we don't have the
we did
cameras
know that
close
some of the
enough.
miniatures from
So it's
the
stupid
Warhammer
for us to do
40,000 set
this.
would be available in other sets in the future. This is one of the first places you'll be able to get hold of them. So in this, you effectively have a combat patrol of Space Marines, painted as Ultramarines, but you can paint them whatever color you want. You've also got a combat patrol of Orks. You've also got a battlefield of stuff to play across, and effectively a combat patrol
It's a good
wall
box design, I
of
guess.
battlefield
It
terrain
is.
for combat patrol. So like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I respect that it shows what's in the
To,
box.
get started with the first
Yes,
games of
I
Warhammer
will at
40,000 all
least
in
do
one
that.
box.
And at least
All
they're
in one
using
push
the
bits,
pre-done
really
images to be
together.
like, okay, here's
Got the
actually what it
big
is as
board
opposed to
and
what they
all
normally
the,
do.
Pieces marked out for you to put your terrain on, so you can just play straight out of this box if you want.
You have as much
also got
personality as a 3-day-old
Yeah,
corpse.
absolutely. You've got your core
I mean, they're
builds and then
trying. Like,
the guides and the models
I
and
do
stuff.
feel
So,
bad for the
this
hosts.
is
I don't
the
even remember
first
their
of the
names
starter
off the top of my
products
head,
I'm gonna talk about,
and I
now,
feel
but
kind of
there's
horrible
more to
about
come.
that.
So,
But I
if you
genuinely
wanted to get
feel
started with
kind of
Warhammer
bad for these
40,000,
blokes
you don't
because
need a two-player
I feel like they
launch
get the
set. You
brunt
just
of
want,
everybody's
maybe,
hatred
a starter set
because they are
with
the
factions. Well,
front-facing
this
like
is
people
getting
we get to
started with
see
Space
from
Marines,
GW so
and it's
often,
the
especially when it
same
comes to
combat
these
patrol that you
streams.
saw in
But
the
like,
previous
they're
box,
not in
and it
charge.
comes
They're
complete
just
with
the
paints
people
you need
meant to
do
talk
your
about
first
it.
paint jobs on these models.
And
11
they
paints in the
are
set. So you can.
I know Games
start
Workshop
that way with
employees
the
are
Adeptus
incredibly
stuff.
restricted
Yeah,
on what
and
they're
this is
actually
perfect
allowed
if
to
you've already
say.
got a gaming group, they've already got
So-
their box sets, they've split them all up, and you've got an odd number of players, and one of you
I'm
wants
trying not
space
to
marines,
hold
you
it
can
against
grab yourself
them.
this set
I love how you only
and
get 2
start playing
paints.
straight away. This is
Yeah, I
your
know, right?
self-contained little stuff
So is
set
the bolts
for
are going to
Space
be
Marines.
gold or
It will
blue?
perhaps surprise nobody to know there
It's gonna be blue with gold on the
Yes, this is
Aquila
almost exactly the same.
and the
between,
skull.
So you have
Or the
combat
skull, I
patrol
guess,
for
'cause they
orcs,
don't
and
normally
you've got
have
a bunch
both.
of variously orky paints. So this is a
Wait,
great
when they
little
start
set
talking
for
about
people to kick
Necromunda
off
Blood
the
Bowl,
army.
there you go.
Yeah, and I think one of the things to note here, you've already said it, but if you're just looking
Like just
to
a
sort of
black and a
join all the
silver with
existing people,
those
maybe
two,
just
you'd be
start one of
fine.
these armies for the first
Right?
time when you're already
Yeah, it's
in
kind of weird that they're
1,000.
only
This
giving
really
2
is a great
colors.
way to
Like,
do it, 'cause
at
you can
least
paint them,
3.
kickstart that painting process.
Like, if you're
Or if
gonna
you just
give
have
one
another
that's like
You can't
focused.
even get
One of
you
bunch of
can't-
reinforcements.
you don't have
That's
to
what I
make
mean.
it.
It's like that's what I
There's
mean. It's
another
not
way
like
to
they're
start
not
with
they're
as
not
well,
even
which
letting
is
you
this
get it.
introductory set, and I find this one to be quite exciting. You've got
And they're
some
not even
Space
giving you
Marines,
colors that
some
you could
orcs,
mix
some
to
paints.
make a
You
third
have
color that
building
in theory
experience,
like
but it's really
would
sort of a
work
first step
on the
into
marine that
Warhammer
you're painting
40,000
to create that
gaming
third
and
color.
hobby
Because like if you
Yeah,
just
it's a
mix
little bit of
blue
everything,
and
the thing that's
gold, you're
cool
gonna
about
get
this
a
to point out is that
greeny
while
gold.
The other sets, the miniatures are the same ones from the Warhammer
I
40,000
would
Armageddon set.
love
These
I
ones are
would
brand new
love
miniatures.
old
So you've
world
got
dark
5
elves.
instances
I would
in there.
also
You've got
love a
Space Marine
new
lieutenants,
Okay, I like
dark
that
elf
paint
blood bowl
set.
We
team.
had a new Space
Oh,
Marine lieutenants.
that's not
Sigmar Ogres
bad.
to have one. And then you've got a new unit of Orc Boys. Orc Boys are the same kind of unit as the ones you get in Armageddon, but they've got different poses.
That might be a
Critically,
video.
you've
Yeah,
also
that could
got
be a
some
video.
heavy and special weapons
Yeah, you've
in
got
the
a
Orc
big
squad.
shooter and a rocket.
You're most
launcher.
excited
Absolutely. So
for
you've got
Age of
allies
Sigmar?
after shooting
You
into
think, but
your
it's very
big
close.
orc mobs
Nice.
You can, and all the characters are kind of new poses as well. So it's quite a cool little set.
I get weirdly excited about all the different poses of intercessors, particularly these sort of push fit ones, to find them easy to build. And so I'm hoping somebody will split that set with me, Eddie. Just hinting. There you go. We're on. Right. There's also some paint sets.
And
This
yes,
is the
Theo,
Ace
they are
Control
showing
set.
the new
It's sort of
starter
synergised
boxes.
perfectly
Exactly, which is
with
kind of all I was
the
really
combat
expecting. I was either
controls.
expecting this or
13
like some kind of
paints,
codex
clippers,
announcement
more
for
removing tools,
40K
brush,
because
everything
like
you need to get
they
started.
just
Space
Paint
Marine
journey.
Orks, right?
If you've
well,
never
yes, but
painted
they
Warhammer
just
before, this
launched
would be a decent
11th
set.
edition.
Yeah,
They're
this is
not
a
gonna
lovely set.
have
I started with
that
a
much
set a lot
more.
like
Like they're
this
gonna
when I started
let
playing
this
Warhammer.
box set
You
do
can
its
paint
thing for a
almost
while,
anything with
and then
How
put
much
out.
is that paint
all your
set?
primary colours and then black and white and your metallics and some really useful
13
tools. So this is
paints.
just a
If that
really solid
set
base
is
for a paint.
more than
Absolutely. If you want one
$50.
themed towards a particular army, you can start with this, which is very much like the set I started.
And if that one's more than
Which was an Orcs
24.
paint set back in the day. This is boys and
These
paints,
like okay, here's
so
what
you've
I'm
got 6
thinking.
paints
I
and a
like
brush
I
and a
vaguely
couple of boys
recall
and a
some of the
cloth.
prices for some of the old
Just to compare
starter
to the
sets.
paint
I'm waiting to see
experience.
Like their
small
paints.
See how you get along. There's a Space Marine equivalent, which is intercessors and paints.
Is there a
Again,
small?
6 paints
What's the
brush.
one you
There,
said?
there's one with 5
Ah, there it is.
each.
Sorry,
That was
I'm
a
like
lot
I'm
of
with
ways to
chat.
start your
I gotcha.
Warhammer 40,000
Okay, so they're gonna do an Orc
I think it'd be a
Boys
good
and a
time
Space
to, like,
Marine.
introduce your
Yes,
friends,
yeah.
Which is what they
a
used to
family
do.
member or
It is, and those I think
whatever.
should be
It's a really-
$24.99
it's a really good
for
time to
those
start
that
playing
paint set.
Warhammer 40,000.
Like
It's
you
a brand
should
new
be getting a
edition,
deal on
everyone's kind
it,
of in the same
and it
place,
should
everyone's learning the rules
be.
together.
I bet
This
it's gonna
is
be
the perfect
30.
time to hop
I think it's gonna be like 34.
So,
I think it's gonna be like 35 bucks, and I think the other one's gonna be like 60.
I'm hoping they're
terrain now.
30.
So we've got some really interesting terrain kits to point out and talk about. The first is
They have been
combat
so
control
afraid to
battle.
do
This is all of the
Kislev
terrain you see here
because
in a
of
box,
the
along with the
Ukraine-Russian
game
war.
boards and the tiles to the terrain.
So I
prints to put the
genuinely
terrain on.
like
This is
maybe
everything you need in one box
maybe
to
they'll
play
do
a
it
complete
soon.
Game of combat patrol.
But I like that is the thing that I feel like kind of
Starter
halted
sets,
Kislev
add this box on
because like
starter sets,
honestly, you
will
would have thought that
effectively
they
Are
would have
these
focused.
repainted?
took boards worth of terrain for
I think they are.
I think they are, yes.
Of Warhammer 40,000, or in a self-contained set, it is the exact right amount of stuff to play combat patrol.
Yeah, and worth pointing out this with this one, this like the models in the starter set are
You think they're gonna be
unpainted, so all of
$40
these terrain pieces
for the 5
come on the,
paint
the
set?
grey plastic that you're familiar with.
I mean, that wouldn't
Pieces
surprise me.
together,
They charge like
paint them
$6 a
and
pot
suits your board at home.
normally,
Rather than
anyways. So
the-
like,
Yeah, this set
You've got
combat
5 of
patrol
them
set,
in there.
comes in around the same
Citadel
price
brush is
as
gonna be hit or
combat
miss.
patrol.
I actually had a starter set that
Right,
lasted
if you
a starter
want to
brush that
add more
lasted
things
years.
to it,
yeah, I
or just
actually
to
will say
focus
that
on,
the Citadel
building
brushes
this
can be
set,
hit or miss, and I actually don't hate the synthetic
We've got a
brushes
few little
line that they
terrain
came
sets
out, that
to talk about.
white
This is the
one
manufacturing
that I
version,
really
so
raged
it's
at when they
building
first
kits
announced
you'll
it.
see on
I've
Battlefield.
used some since, and I
There's
actually
some of
don't
these
hate them. They're
in
not the
that combat
worst.
patrol set that we just showed you before. there's more. There's also the galvanic network. This represents these power lines and things that run across the.
I just want to know how much the
ash
pre-painted
wastes
terrain
Armageddon,
costs.
And is a wonderful way to.
I know, and that's the
character
shitty thing
and
about
then you've
these
got the
previews.
classic
Unfortunately, is
here,
they never tell you the costs in these
riding with
previews.
electricity.
You always find
And
out
you've
when
got
they
a really
finally
nice
actually put it up for
tactile
pre-order.
console at the front.
Yeah, life's pretty tough for servitors.
Or like maybe a week before they put it
It's
up
not
for
the best.
pre-order.
Now, all of that is really exciting terrain. All comes
Because I'm
unpainted,
worried they're going to tell me that,
all
like,
coming fairly
these
soon
small
down.
boxes are over,
It's
like,
something else we need to explain to people
$200
that
or
you've
something
already talked about a little bit.
Oh
with,
my God.
That's already
before, right?
stupid.
That's absolutely right. Currently,
I
all
hope
the terrain
not.
in my collection is
You had the
edited.
10th edition and introductory set, and the starter brush did not survive painting 5 in
That's
Horus
what I'm
Marines.
saying.
Terrain.
Ah,
This
okay.
is the new ready painted Battlefield Armageddon box, and this is everything you need.
You hate the spinning
for a full
images?
incursion-sized
I don't
game of
disagree.
Warhammer
Yeah, they're not the
40,000 in one
greatest.
box,
I would rather
with
them
all the
doing
terrain
like
in
an
this
actual
comes
like
ready
on a
painted and ready to go.
Yeah, the box is enormous.
Lazy
It is
Susan
jam-packed
style
with
like
absolutely
turnaround
loads of
of the
fantastic,
image, like as a
terrain. And
video.
we've got one here to
Okay,
open.
big
So
box.
what we thought we'd do is actually just crack one open and.
Oh my
build one
God,
of the
you
terrain
don't need
pieces
to
in
do
it.
that. We
Quite simply
can't
to show
see
you
what you're
While
doing.
Adam
It
tells you
doesn't.
about it, I'm going to build one of the terrain pieces in here
Great.
to show you how quickly we
Get
can make
clipping,
it.
right?
So
So
is
we've
this
got
the painted?
some
Yeah,
nice pictures to
pre-painted.
show you.
Yeah,
what
this is the
Eddie gets
pre-painted.
feverishly to work. So here you can see what you're dealing with. Essentially, it is a full battle.
I mean, we're gonna
worth
get
of already painted terrain. Try and talk over the
Are
rumble
we?
and crashing
Yeah.
of Eddie.
Okay.
The set comes.
I guess
with
we'll
the game
compare
boards
it.
that you need. It has the terrain
I will
markers.
So you
critique
bumped
it.
their volume up?
Terrain pieces onto.
No,
You
I
can't
can't.
in YouTube, you can?
Let me check in
Brilliant
YouTube.
standard. So if you are looking to just
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
clip things out from the frame,
Sorry about that. There we
put
go.
it together quickly and start playing a game of Warhammer.
Sorry, I thought it was
40,000
already
on a
maxed there, too.
battlefield that looks really good.
How's that better?
This is a wonderful way to do it. It's going to be enormously popular with people who,
Oh, I
like
hate
me
the
at home. I've already got
cardboard
my own terrain board,
foundations.
but if I wanted to host a game night and I wanted maybe like 3 friends to come
Ooh,
over so we
I do
could, like,
too.
play round robin style games, this would enable me to do it
Oh.
nice and quickly. You can imagine gaming clubs and tournaments and all of those people who
Listen,
have a
I
need for a
respect
nice
and
looking battlefield
understand
quickly are going to find
how
this to be really exciting.
This is useful
that one up.
for a lot of
Ooh, there you
people.
go.
For
I'll show you
me,
what it
this
looks
is
like. Here you
not
go. If we get a zoom in
what
on
I
this.
want.
So this is a piece directly off of the frame that Eddie has just worked on, and you can see the level of detail. You've got the fantastic glow effects around the sort of the lumens and the candles and so on. Inside, you can see the interior detail. So within the sort of the walls, you can see this sort of chipped and very nicely done sort of corrosion dripping down the walls. Really is a very impressive piece of terrain.
Almost there.
We're going to
almost
show
there.
you this, but
So
we're
now
not
we've
going
got
to zoom
two.
in
Now,
enough
I
for you
always
to
try and
actually
put these
see the
together
detail
too
we're
early, so
talking
I don't
about.
wanna ruin doing it. So essentially, it just push fits. One of the things that we've discovered, the guys who run our global events are really excited about this because it's going to enable them to put together large battlefields very quickly, and you can also
All right, so
unclip
based
these
on our
things
poll,
when
it looks
you're ready
like most
to
of you
and
are
put it
excited for
back
either
into a relatively
something other, so
small
either
space.
Horse
Yeah, the
Heresy,
whole
Old
thing,
World,
actually,
etc.,
if you leave
or
the
Warhammer
floor
40k.
off,
That makes a lot of
then
sense,
the whole
honestly.
thing- oh, I need to clip out those.
No love for Blood Bowl. How dare you guys?
We need to do a bit more clipping.
More
There you
clipping,
go.
tiny bit more clipping. If you take the floors out, the whole thing packs back into the box,
There you go.
pretty much. So that's pretty easy.
Which is nice if you're looking for somewhere to store your models.
And I am.
Well, that defeats the purpose,
We're almost
Stark.
there. Almost there.
Perfect. So one of the things I think that's quite nice about this is I speed painted my entire battlefield, but it took me all of a Saturday to build.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
then
there's
all of
always
a
things that
Sunday
you
to
can
speed
do, of
paint,
course,
and it's
to
still
like
not of the same
improve
quality
what Games
as
Workshop
the
gives you,
completion
but
list.
like they're
And so
trying to
you've got
sell
the
me
first
on this
thing
as a
you've
I don't have to
the
do
amount of
anything
time it's taken us
else.
to talk
It's
about
done.
this.
I
There
just
we go.
assemble it,
Moving it around.
and then we're good
And
to
it
go.
really
But
does look
like,
wonderful. You can see the bulkhead door and everything inside it. I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, I
about
think I'm pretty pleased with this. I'm quite pleased with the effect I've got on some of the glow there as well. I think the dry brushing
Are you
I've achieved on
taking
this.
credit for all this work?
Yeah,
Well done.
I just made this. Sure, saw it. So
Lovely.
yeah.
Nice. So this is on its way later in the year. It will come behind all of the other starter products that we just talked about. And so you're looking more towards the autumn time or beyond, right?
Yeah, and in
Ladies and
terms
gentlemen, they have
of
built the
price,
most
this one
simple
comes in.
quarter
It has
piece
twice as
in
much
all of 40K.
terrain as the combat. Patrol
Congratulations, we
Battlefield, and
should-
it comes in
It's
at a
fine,
little bit
but
more
if
than the
that
cost
one
of 2
piece
combat
costs me more
There you
than
go. So,
$20.
yeah,
Fuck
really
you.
exciting.
yep, pretty much.
Okay.
And it
so,
will. That's the thing,
we
is it
talked about
absolutely
all the
will.
starter sets, we've talked about all of the terrain, the ready paint terrain, very exciting. I guess we should talk a little bit about the things that are coming along with the first codex of
Yeah,
11th
we should
edition.
probably do that.
So it's time to look at some orcs.
Oh my God, the codexes.
Wheels. Get yourself a truck. I got sorter trucks. Big trucks, bigger trucks, the best trucks. They's got all the gubbins and guns. Grabbing claws, rammy bits, shooters, rockets, you name it. Remember, walking is for kicks and grots. Go fast or go home.
Vehicles may explode when fired upon. Safety of transported boys is not guaranteed.
That was fun. It's a
Okay.
good time to be an orc this
The
year,
old
isn't it?
truck
It is. They are getting
rules,
absolutely spoiled.
complicated
We can confirm
bits of
today
the
the
build.
first codex
And
is
those
orcs,
look fun and
alongside the
relatively
codex, there
easy
are
to
a whole
build in
bunch of new
comparison to those
miniatures.
old truck
One of the
kits.
most
So
exciting
honestly,
miniatures on its way is that new
very
truck
fun.
and
I
mech,
feel like
which
we
are
haven't
really
seen an
talk about the
update
mech
for the
first?
Let's do the
Orcs
mech first.
trucks
So, Orc
in a
mechs,
while.
those of you who know Orcs will know these are the mechanics that basically put together all of the weird and
I guess
wonderful
we haven't seen an update for the Orc
creations
mechs
that's
either.
going to battle alongside your Orcs. They are
Well, I
surprisingly
mean, like
good.
in
at
here we have, but we haven't
Yeah.
seen
Knowledge
one
to just
prior
make
to this in a
awesome
long
things
time,
out of
right?
it.
Gene-coded, innate, kind of inherited knowledge in terms of how to
Oh, I guess
make
they did. They
things
got their
like
like beast
teleporters
snag
and
of
trucks and
variant
guns and
I
shooters.
wish I
is
had
more
those
what it
things.
was.
Oh,
They didn't really get
displays them. I'm sure you
updated
can
like the classic
but
ones, but they
this
got
is
a
a really
new
cool
variant.
miniature. It has a kind of really thematic. He's got a kind of
You hate
spanner
painting
clobber
terrain,
thing
so
there.
as
He's
long as
got
they
a
don't
slugger.
grab
But the
your
thing that he
nuts
really
on the
does is
price,
kind of
you're
bring
not
with
that
him
unhappy.
all
I mean,
of
that
the
makes
awesome
sense, Star
machines
Fury,
that
and I think
make
that's
Orc
exactly
Army
why
so
they
fun
made
to
this. Is
play
for people
and
exactly
wonderful.
like
So with
you
no further
who
ado, let's
hate
talk about
painting
the truck then,
terrain,
which is maybe
don't
the
want to deal
star
with
of that
it,
show.
but do want to have
This is
some
the
cool
new
painted
Orc truck.
terrain
It's an
to
evolution
fight
of the
in
classic Orc
with
truck
your
that we know and
miniatures.
love.
So I get that.
A
It's just
little bit
for
bigger,
me, I
with a few
really
more options,
love
and
painting
it's
terrain.
really
Terrain
just
painting is
wonderful
like
to look at.
one
It
of the
comes
things
with
that
a
I do
variety
to
of
genuinely
options.
relax and
In terms
take
of
breaks
weapon
from
mounts, you've
other
got the,
painting that I'm
the
doing
big shooter,
because I just
you've got
find
the
it that
rocket
chill
launcher,
and
you
fun.
have options for a
And so the
Gravitor
fact
and
that
a
they're
Buzzsaw,
stripping that
and all
from
of those
me
can be swapped in
bothers me.
positions on the top so that you can build different configurations to have some great variety as you're making your trucks.
Yeah, this is a phenomenally cool miniature. Like the
You think
current
that
truck
orc
is
would make a great
really
car
cool, right?
salesman?
The truck
Probably.
that is in current orc armies
I probably
is a
would.
perfectly good vehicle, but it's been with
It
us for
does
a long
look
time,
cool.
right? Like it's been.
What is it,
I do like
15
what they're
years?
Something like
doing.
that, yeah. It's been
This one
around
might
for a
be
while.
fun because
This
like
is
I've been trying to do a
beautiful
lot of like
reinvention of it. The
vehicles.
thing
Like
that
I've been
really
getting more
makes
back into my
this
military
is the fact that you
vehicles.
can build it in so
And
many
even though this
different
isn't
ways.
like
Where the
a
pintle mount
historic
goes,
military
where the close
vehicle,
combat weapon
I
goes,
feel like
how the
maybe
boys are
doing like an
positioned,
open
what the
top
driver looks
truck,
like,
Even
what
here
goes
like
on the
actual
you can see the
historical
way
one,
it looks like
comparing it
it's going
to
around
the
the corner
orc
'cause you
one
can
and being
alter the
like,
look of
what
the
did
system.
they
you can
actually
kind of play
take?
with the
Might
way
be
the
kind of a
wheels
cool
are,
thing
and
to
I think
discuss. Who
especially
knows?
if you've gone for a really heavy sort of evil sons or speed freak style army,
Yeah.
and you want to have a bit of variety in your force, this one kit with no changes at all from what comes in the box can be built enough times that you would never need to replicate what a single truck looks like.
Yeah, so we've got a couple here on the desk. The one I'm most excited by is the one with this awesome looking skull prow at the front. It
hate when
just
they do
looks
this.
so like mean and orky. This sort of whole skull motif for the orcs is so iconic. Yeah, really fantastic. Now, what we wanted to do, the reason we brought these along, is so I can sandwich this little guy
Get
in
mates of
between them
space in the parking
and
lot
just
there.
show you, if you've already got some orc trucks in your collection, how nice they're going to look. Don't want to mangle the models, Adam.
Heavy metal, we'll get you.
I know, right? So this is how it looks with the classic truck in between. It's a really good look. I think
Yeah,
people are going to
if
be
you've
very
already
happy.
got some trucks in your army, you can absolutely
They
keep
do
them
look good
alongside
together.
these new ones.
You guys think?
I
Do you like the
there's
trucks
something
all
to be said
together?
For an orc army, it's got a bit of a ramshackle look to it. So you could replace
No,
them
well, thank
completely,
you,
or if you want to have
Starfury.
a mix, that's
I'm glad you
absolutely
enjoy
fine.
them.
But I think the new ones just bring. They just look great. They've got so many cool options.
Yeah, I agree.
They're going to look phenomenal.
Nice. So that's a couple of fantastic brand new kits coming for the orcs. There's more on the way that people might be able to learn about through the progress of the Deathmire events.
Yeah, that's right. So there's lots of orc stuff still to come. Some of the stuff we're showing you today, some of it will be revealed potentially if the orcs do well in the Siege of Deathmire campaign that's
Yeah, but
currently
the
running.
problem is
So
that I've
if you want to see some
seen
more orcs, play some games, send in your results, and you might
the
get to see some more
quality
very, very
of a
soon.
pre-painted
There are a few other
terrain
boxes to talk about
piece
today, though. We've got the other stuff
versus because a
from
lot of
Armageddon.
times they're not
that's
actually
right. So,
painting them; they're printing
essentially,
them
if you
in
wanted
color.
to pick up some of the things
Not
from Armageddon or
actually,
duplicate
like they
them,
might do
we're
some
going to be releasing
like
the Dakar rig separately, the
highlighting
Wartrack separately, and the
and
Weird Boy
dry
separately,
brushing to
and
like
also the other sort of
to do that. But a lot of
Is that
the
right word?
foundational colors
So
are
the
printed
banner
plastic.
knob, the big boss, and the
And
Pain Boy will be releasing
it-
a command crew set as well. So there's a whole bunch of
That
extra stuff to come.
texture
We should probably
change,
talk a bit about the codex.
I don't
itself,
like
right?
working on.
So
I don't know if I would
obviously
want
this
to.
is the first codex.
But
of
you're right,
11th
that is
edition,
absolutely
and
something
it
I could do.
heralds something really
It is
exciting
definitely
in
good for
terms of
beginners
the
and starting
format
places,
change
and I completely
for
respect that.
Warhammer
That's why I'm
40,000
like,
codexes.
it's not for me.
So here you can see
but I get that
it's
it's going to be for some
contained in a
people.
slipcase,
I also
and they've
think,
got
like, here's the
one
thing:
live
the
in front of
pre-painted
you.
terrain.
So it's a perfect bound book, slightly smaller than the
Honestly,
codexes in
if they
terms
didn't
of,
have the
the
baseboards,
height,
would be so much better
but
in
it
my
is
opinion.
really
Because
thick
the fact
and
that they're on
is
cardboard
packed with
boards
an incredible amount
disgusts
of
me.
orky content.
178 pages.
they're mostly because they're going to get
And,
destroyed.
the first thing
They're
that
going
I
to get
would like
destroyed.
to
And let's
really
think
drill
about
on
who
is
this product is
how
designed for. This product is designed for
incredible
clubs.
The lore section. of
Okay,
it
this is
We are
designed for
putting a
game
really
stores
thick lore
who are
section,
hosting
which is
events
everything you would
regularly,
want to
who
know
don't want to
about
have to
orcs and how they
dedicate
operate.
their
It's got a
employees' times
gatefold
to
map,
the,
you can see it
them
here, which is
painting
the
terrain for
orky
the
perspective on the
events,
galaxy,
right?
all
So
the
now they've got this
places the
whole
orcs are fighting, all the
lineup of
different
very
wars that are
easily
taking place.
assemblable
But there's a lot more to it
terrain
than
that they
It
can
talks about
throw
the
onto
orcs,
a
where they come
table
from, how
very
they
quickly,
fight,
very
their culture,
easily,
the different
and
clan
not have to do a
structures.
lot of setup
Literally the
for
most
a
complete
big
guide
Warhammer
on orcs you could
40k
hope for.
tournament that they're
And
hosting at their
perhaps the
store.
most
Or
information on orcs
they're
there's ever
a
been in
high
one place.
school
every
and they
unit
have a
gets its own
wargaming
full
club.
history section.
And one of the teachers brings
information on
in
glyphs, information
some of
on,
this
like,
terrain so
clan
that their
icons
kids
and
can
things
just
like,
set up
it's really
immediately
great.
because they have a
Also
limited
something
amount
you
of
might be
time after
interested in
school
the
that they can
rules.
play.
So one
And
of
these
the big
games take
changes,
for
to
fucking
the
ever.
rules in this
So
codex
like
versus the previous one
ease up some
was
of that
in the
and just
last,
make it so that
edition,
the
there was quite a
board
lot
is
of rules in your codex,
pre-set
but
up,
quite a lot
really
of them you
super
couldn't use in
easy,
all the
had to
different
spend
types of
no
games.
extra work
So
on
if,
it.
some
That's
of
what
it
I
you
think
could
this
only
product
use
is
in the same
genuinely
game, for example.
designed for, and
all
I
of the
think that
rules
is
in this
great
codex, and there are at least
for
as many
those
rules in this
people.
one as
For
there were in the last
me,
one.
though,
You can
as
use
the
in every type of
hobbyist
game.
who
One of the
enjoys
ways
painting,
that manifests, you'll immediately notice.
I'd
is
rather just have the
amount of
raw gray
detachments
plastic stuff
that you
and
get
then
to
prime
play
it
with.
myself
There
because
are
I just think it's a higher
15
quality
different orc
material.
detachments in this codex.
That's loads of ways to use
Loads
your
of different
army,
ways to
right?
put your army
Like I
together.
said, I'm
ranging
totally like
from,
for me,
lots of
it's just
different
not for
sizes
me,
in terms
but
of
for
detachment
like
points.
the
It gives you
people
a
that it's
huge
really, I
variety
think,
of
designed
different
for,
ways that you
and
can
I
potentially
really
put
think it's
an
designed
army
for
together.
clubs and
Some
game
of these
stores
you could probably
more
get
than
at
like
the themes. There are
anyone
some
else.
fast ones,
Like this
some
is for
stompy
people
ones.
or for
the
people who
fly
even
boy
host
gives itself away,
tournaments.
doesn't it?
Right, like,
Because
there's
like
some ones you could probably
imagine
guess at,
the
but there'll be
beauty
loads
of having
brand new ways
a
that you could put together an orc
collapsible
army that's
and
just never been possible
reassemblable
before. And it gives you a sense
pile
of
of
what
terrain
codexes
enough
will feel
to
like
support
in the new edition,
40
where they will
tables
bring this huge variety
because you
of
regularly host
list-building
like
opportunities.
Yeah,
Nova
absolutely.
qualification
And
events or
there's
some
more to
bullshit
it
like
than just
that.
the detachments.
Like that's
Obviously,
what
the
it's
rules
for.
have been,
And I think
looked
that's
at
great.
by the
Like
Warhammer
it's just it's
rules
not a
team,
me thing.
and
I
they've
don't
come up with some
really.
things. This is the army special
It doesn't
essentially, isn't it?
ignite
so
a fire in
WAR,
my
right.
my
You
soul.
can't have an orc codex without a WAR. The WAR rule has changed a little bit, so there'll be some things that are familiar. There's
That
some
would be
slight
nice
changes.
if they are going
It
to be
still
if they're going to be
allows
soft
you
cover. That would
run and
ideally
charge,
you would think make
but
them
it now
cheaper,
lets you
right?
reroll that run as well. It also lets you.
You know, I kind of
assault
miss
on
the
all your
days of the
weapons,
soft
which is a thing you
cover,
didn't used to do. So that
like the
means if you've
floppy
got very
cover
shooty armies, like speed
codexes.
freaks, you've got loads of like bikes and
Fifth
buggies and
edition had
things.
that,
Yeah,
right?
like
Didn't
stand back
fifth
with
edition
flash
have
kits or
Yeah,
that?
that's
whatever.
immediately really useful.
Soft cover
and
codexes?
It also
Yeah.
gives you
Yeah.
the riled
Third
up
and fourth
ability,
did.
which triggers
Yeah,
all sorts
I
of
knew
things
third and
across
fourth
all
did. I thought
sorts
the
of
edition I
different
came
bits
in
of
on
codex,
did.
where other
And then
units
I
will
felt like
become
it
more
changed in like
powerful, and you
6th or
still get
7th. I
vulnerable
can't
to
remember.
assault to make your
It's a
orcs
really great army
It's a
rule, isn't
really,
it?
really good rule. For one turn of the game, you'll have a great turn every single game.
Yeah, and then all of the units within the codex have had
It is
their,
some pretty cool cover
data
art.
sheets looked at. So here's the truck that we just showed you before, and you can see what's gone on with it. So you can see the different weapon options and things to give you a sense of what it means for your codex, I suppose.
Yeah, so what you'd expect, it still kind of has a similar-ish stat line to what the truck does at the moment. It is a kind of medium-sized vehicle. The things that you'll notice are that it has more weapon options than it used to. So you've got options there for different combat weapons, different
Your
shooting
4th
weapons.
edition codex
piling
cover,
out is
Chaos
quite a
Codex
nice-
cover
you've
was
got a really cool
a
little
soft
mechanic
cover.
where if
That
an
makes
enemy
sense.
unit
Yeah, I
gets
thought
near
so.
by something like a unit of fire dragons or eliminators or something is ready to kind of ready to kill your truck. You can pile the.
You know, I
boys
thought
out,
they were going to spend a
ready to
short
kind
amount of time on
countercharge or to avoid
40K.
being caught in the explosion and
Never
stuff like
mind.
that. It's a really
We're going to spend
useful little
half
rule
of the
that's got
time
some
on
quite
40K, and then we're going
neat
to
little
breeze
custom
through
things
everything
you can do
else.
with it.
Or else this
So
is
I
going to be
think
like a
the truck's gonna be very
2-hour-long
useful.
stream.
Yeah, perfect. And then in terms of other data sheets that have been looked at, it'd be worth looking at the Orc Boys, who really have had something of a stat line glow up, it's fair to say.
Yeah, there's a lot going on this data sheet, and I think I would recommend if you've got an Orc army, take a screenshot. There's
Yeah,
some cool stuff
now
there.
is the moment to record this.
There's the first thing you'll notice is there's loads of weapon options. So one of the things we got asked a lot about the Armageddon box was, is that all the options that the Orcs will have in the new edition? It absolutely isn't. You've got loads of different choices.
In fact, more than you've had recently.
More than I think you've ever had for an Orc unit. You've got some classic stuff returning. So you've got a burner back in this
Big
unit
fan
now,
of not having a roll to hit.
which is pretty cool. You've got loads of different options for your boss's weapon. And the thing I want to draw your attention to is almost kind of tucked away right at the bottom of that stat line there is the strength of a basic Orc boy is now 5. And that is
Such bad news for
that
Space
is an
Marines.
across the codex
pretty good,
update
actually.
to your
Base
orcs.
strength
Every
5
single
for
orc
Orc
is
boys.
at least strength 5 all of the time now. So that goes for boys. It also goes for your kind of beast
And most
snaggers,
of you are
and all
feeling
of the
thumbs
things
up
like your
or
knobs and
depends on the
bosses and
price
everything
about
get a
the
commensurate,
terrain. That's valid.
increase as well. So you're
Watch your
already
fucking
pretty
freaking-
scary orcs.
Oh,
get
I was moving
even
so that we
scarier
could
all
see
the
the
time.
bottom. They just talked about something on the
Fantastic.
bottom,
think,
and I was blocking it.
It just looks like a load of great information. I'm really excited
I'm gonna
about
have a
this
great
codex.
time with this
Yeah,
codex.
and-
How dare they take your
And it
hardcover
heralds something really
codexes? You
interesting.
feel
The
so
last thing to
sad. No
talk
chance
about
of
with the
injuring
codex
people when
is,
you launch it to other players when you have an
obviously in
argument.
the
That's
back of it,
true.
it
We are
includes
lacking
the
that
code you
now.
put into your
Well,
Warhammer
see,
40,000
now
app
Star
to
Fury,
unlock
you just
and
roll it
access
up
the
like
rules.
it's a
It
newspaper paper and then you whack them.
This is kind
That's
of
what
like
you do.
your-
You
your
take it
passport to
and you roll it up,
ongoing content
and you're
for
like,
your Warhammer 40,000
"Don't make me
Codex
come over
throughout
there."
its lifespan. There will be regular drops of lore and rules. So that
Yeah,
you can
apparently
continue
chat
to,
likes the terrain bases.
get
Which, I
great
mean,
stuff
again,
out of your codex
if you're the
as,
type of person who either
time
hates painting
continues.
terrain,
They've given
which
us a sneak
totally
peek into
valid.
some
I know
stuff
there's
coming,
plenty of people
and
who
it sounds both
hate
really cool
painting
and very
terrain.
thematic. So
Or
I'm
you just
quite
want like
excited
a
to see what
really
happens
easy
with
setup,
that.
or you
And
know
then
that
I
it's going to be
imagine all the
beneficial
other
because you
codexes
take
will
this
follow.
to your club
absolutely.
or your
Perfect.
game
So,
store,
the first
or
codex
you
coming
know
down the
you
pipe
play with
is
your
Warhammer
kids a
40,000
lot,
Warhammer 40,000
something like
Orcs,
that.
and it
Totally, I
looks
totally get it.
amazing.
Do stick around. We have more Warhammer 40,000 for you later in the preview.
Yes,
as
yeah,
well,
we'll be
so do stick
returning
around.
to the 41st millennium later on in the show. For now, though, we're going to segue into something which is quite interesting.
Yeah, 5 for the
We've talked a
boys
lot
dread to
about
feel what the
ways
war
to
boss
get
is gonna be
people
like,
who are
right?
new to
What
Warhammer
is the
started
war
with
boss gonna
Warhammer
be like?
40,000. So let's talk for a little bit about the
You don't mind the
Warhammer
terrain
Academy.
bases? That's fair. I'm not a big fan of the cardboard because I just feel like that's gonna get... The minute a drink spills on that table, I'm just imagining horrible things. Why are we going on a trek? You know, and maybe it is.
Wise wizard beneath the mountain, we are in search of enlightenment. Long and difficult has been our journey, and many things are still hidden from us.
Tell me what you seek.
They're talking
What
to
is
a
the
wise
difference
wizard.
between the Black Rage and the Red Thirst?
How do you get decals to lay smoothly on a Space Marine's shoulder?
Yeah.
And how exactly do you use command points?
Ah! So you seek to learn the ways of Warhammer.
Is it just
It's just an ad for their fucking app.
So,
Warhammer
Wise Wizard Beneath the
Academy.
Mountain. What is the Warhammer Academy?
I'm so glad you asked, Eddie. Warhammer Academy is a
Bitch,
really
you guys
exciting
can't
thing
do
we've
what
been
we
working
do.
on behind
You
the scenes
can't
here
do
at
what
Games Workshop
Duncan
for a
did. That's
while
why he
now,
left.
and is the perfect way.
You can't
to
do
answer the
what
question, how do I
them
get
do. That's why
started
they all
with
left.
Warhammer?
That's why
The
Peach
idea is
Tips
that
left.
you can come
That's
to
why
this
Louis
website, which is
Sugden
free
left.
to
Like,
use,
what?
And they can get guided first steps on how to begin exploring Warhammer. So there's going to be at launch.
Hello? At launch?
Like well over.
I don't know
100
why, but it
videos,
got paused.
Which are all video lessons that deal with the lore and collecting.
Yeah, it's
with
fine now.
painting,
I
modeling,
unpaused it.
and with gaming to get you on your first steps. I'm out of breath. I had to throw this costume on to get you started on your sort of first steps through Warhammer. When the website launches, it will focus on Warhammer 40,000 to coincide alongside all of these new starter products, so that people can like experience Warhammer for the first time and go through sort of learning all about the universe and what the factions and the armies are, and really going on that same.
This
journey
is
that we
so
have been
weird
on,
to
be able
me
sit down
because
with somebody who's told
if
us
they're
all
creating a
about what Warhammer
free
is.
website to do
And
all
then
of
the
this,
painting team have put together these amazing videos.
is this
that
not
start really basic,
invalidating
and then
half
go
of
away
what
through
their
some
app is
really
used for
great
by
techniques that
people?
will have your army looking fantastic, and then the
Maybe people
gaming
never
side
used it.
takes it from the assumption you've never played a game of Warhammer before.
Well, they had to,
and
though, because
takes
that's
you
where a lot
all
of
the
people
way
were getting
through
their
to playing
codex
your
information,
first
right?
game of Combat
Like,
Patrol, which we played
was
and
through
had a
the
lot of
app.
fun with. And so you
like,
should be able to
like
have
I guess
a
more
wonderful
specifically, I'm
experience.
guessing,
If you
like,
are
is this
completely new to Warhammer,
invalidating,
or there's
like,
somebody in your life
basically
who's
all of the
getting
craft
started, this is
side
a
of
wonderful thing to point
Warhammer
you towards
Plus?
when we launch it, and they'll
I
be
think
able
this
to
is
take their
just
first
they're trying
steps.
to put
If you
something
want to
out there
sharpen
probably
your
for
own skills, we
kids,
talk about
right? And for
as we
noobs,
work
like,
on
I
the
guess
academy,
so.
so that you can
Kid or
build
a
your
noob is not gonna
skills, your
get
confidence, and your
Plus.
experience.
Yeah,
Hopefully they
Get
do.
the most out of this
you're
wonderful
right. You're
Warhammer
right.
game
That's
that we
probably
all
what it's
enjoy.
for.
And so the whole purpose of this academy,
I
which is
find
free
it
to
very
use, is to just
interesting
get on board and
GW's
sharpen those skills and your confidence. and have a great
hyperfixation on wanting to
Sounds
be
wonderful.
really, like,
Nice. And the releases
family and
alongside
child
those
friendly.
Warhammer 40,000
Hey,
starter
when-
sets
know,
that we talked about
compared to what
previously. So
WWE
not
is
long now,
doing, I'll
a
take
month
it.
or
Well,
so,
I mean,
and then you'll
that's
be able
that's
to see
valid,
Warhammer
but like
Academy
at the
for
same
yourself.
time, though,
Sounds great.
Perfect. I'm really excited. Right. Now I'm going to get out of this costume, and while we
your
do,
lead
let's travel
character
to
in your
the
lore
old world.
is a fucking fascist. Like, you are not for children. You're grimdark. Old world. Let's go. Is that chaos? Is it just? Is it just? Oh, it's Cathay. Okay, it is chaos. Okay, so it was Cathay and chaos.
Ooh, that new core set.
That is a new core set. God, the chaos does look like Slaves to Darkness looks pretty fucking sick.
So it's happening.
Well, it's Cathay and Warriors of Chaos, is what they said. As I thought. They really are aiming at newbies.
Welcome back. I've returned to normal, and we are now thrilled by some news for Warhammer: The Old World. That was a great-looking box of
There's a new
miniatures.
Chaos Dragon
There's a
incoming
lot to talk
too.
about.
Hell
We've got some
yeah.
of the models
Yeah,
here to
just
get
showed
close-ups on. In
Oh
a
yeah, I
little
see that
while.
on the
For
table
now,
too
let's
in the
dive
background
into
now.
that new two-player box for Warhammer: The Old World. This features two armies going head-to-head. You have the army of Grand Cathay going up against the Chaos Warriors. So within it, you will see.
They are pretty, aren't they? I mean, Old World gets some good stuff. Age of Sigmar gets some good stuff too. Like I was saying this at the very beginning of the stream.
And this is
I really feel like those design teams get a lot more freedom than 40k design teams do. They have a lot more like.
And they're taking
I don't know, they get to draw on a lot more from honestly history
at the moment.
in regards to armor designs, weapon designs, all that sorts of stuff, because they're not restricted to a like stagnant universe stuck in the future, but not future.
Wonderful new range of all plastic Warriors of Chaos, which you'll find in the other half of this box set. So here you can see the Chaos Warriors themselves.
Yeah, this is an amazing update to your Warhammer Old World Warriors of Chaos. Warriors of Chaos, of course, one of the archetypal villains, one of the archetypal
My first
visuals
Warhammer
really
Old World
of Warhammer,
army actually was
the
Warriors
Old
of
World.
Chaos.
This is a really cool
They do look beautiful.
army. All the bits in this are multi-part, and these
I remember
are all
stabbing my
brand new
fingers an
plastic
ass ton on
Absolutely.
the
So
old
Chaos Warriors are kind of the
old
mainstay of the
designs.
Warriors of Chaos Army. These are elite.
But they were
best
some of the metal ones.
you can get in Warhammer the Old World.
They used to be
and
bright.
they strive for.
Yeah, I feel like they used to be more red too,
warriors,
but maybe I'm
and
just thinking of
punishment
like
when they
Khorne
get there.
specific
Of
ones.
course, they are but part of this new force.
Well, they
The
used
other
to-
part, and
they
perhaps
used to
the
have
most
extra
iconic of
bare
the
metal.
Warriors of
They
Chaos
used to
units
have more
are the Chaos Knights. These
Mm-hmm.
are super elite heavy
in
cavalry.
universe.
Inside this new box, you get 4 Chaos Knights. That's a classic size.
I mean, I'm not really surprised Cathay didn't sell well as a faction.
Chaos Knights used to often
Like,
feature
Cathay's
units
very
before. So you have,
geared towards,
what you
like,
expect, a champion, a musician,
Yeah,
a standard
East
bearer,
Asia, and
then
if
an
they
additional
aren't,
knight.
if they don't have a
They
good
can be
market
swapped out with
in
the
those
lance, as you see
countries,
here in the picture.
And you can
I
add into
don't
the
know
unit,
if it's going to
obviously,
super
yeah.
appeal to
Each
like.
get one box,
not
you'll be able to get more as time
Yeah,
goes
and
on.
I don't know if it's
So
gonna
you build
appeal to,
bigger
like, a
units
lot
Chaos
of-
Knights, you certainly will be able to. Chaos Knights
Like,
are
okay,
some of
here's the weird
hardest
thing about
hitting
it.
and most
Like,
dangerous
Japan
cavalry
is
units
really
in
big
all
into
of Warhammer.
Warhammer. I
They're
don't know
also
if
just,
China
like,
is super big
the-
into Warhammer, but
almost
Cathay is
the
obviously an
archetypal
allegory for
heavy
China.
cavalry, right? Like,
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
you
If
build an
GW's
army
not
for
in
Warhammer
China,
the Old
I don't
World,
know why
you're
they
like, well, I
didn't
can
instead
take a charge, but
focus
could I take
on.
a charge
I mean, I know
from
why they
Chaos
didn't
Knight?
focus
Probably
on
not.
the
The
Japan
absolute
countries because they've
pinnacle
never
of the
done
hardest hitting
anything
unit.
with that in their
So
Old
lots
World
of people
lore,
are
and
very
they brought
keen to
Cathay
include this
into
unit in
Total
their
War
army.
Warhammer
If you've
3,
got
and that's the
Chaos
whole
Force, so,
reason we got a
almost
hyperfixation
never
on
see a
them.
Chaos army without a unit
And then they
Chaos
couldn't
Knight.
do anything
They're
with
just
Kislev
so effective.
because they couldn't.
Absolutely. And then the
So-
force is led by.
Or I mean, they could,
some
but they would
champions of
probably have
Chaos.
gotten
They
them
have
like
one on
severe
foot, one on
backlash at the
horse.
time, and now they
this
just
one here,
are
this model
abandoning
has a
them. I
battle
guess I don't
standard
know.
bearer.
I don't know where is
The
Kislev.
kit contains enough options that you can swap around the things. So in a moment, as
You
we
love
see the screen
Cathay?
progress,
I mean,
you'll
they're
see some
gorgeous
of the things you can do.
models,
It also
but
has
I don't
a
feel like they're
Chaos,
appealing to a lot
champion
of
on a demonic mount.
people,
This
like,
is my favourite
in the
model in
West
set. It is
necessary as, like,
beautiful, and
a-
it's really iconic image of a
I think
Chaos
it looks like
as
the
lore
artwork
because they
of
haven't been
Chaos
around
Warriors
for
from some of
nearly
those
as
old
long, and
Warhammer
that's always going to
Fantasy,
hold. Like
army books.
anytime, even though
And the miniatures
I
have
want to
finally got to the point
clarify,
where they can
I understand
capture,
Cathay has
like, the
technically
things that you sort of
existed
imagined
for a
that
very
Chaos
long
Warriors
time,
you
but
wanted
they
them to
have
look
always
like
been
all those years ago.
relegated
It's just
to
such
the
a cool kit. I love
what
the
was it
standard
called back
bearer
in the
as well. I
day
think
when
this-
you
this
would bring
champion kit is
in
one of the best
random
sort of
side
hero kits
dogs
that-
of war?
that
Thank you.
Warhammer's yet
So they
to
were
release.
always
I don't have a
relegated to
Chaos
like
Army.
dogs
Warhammer never have,
or
but I
regiments of
really
renown.
like
Yeah,
Chaos
but
in that
the
way.
point
I think
is
it
they were
works
specialty
beautifully.
units. They
So,
weren't their own
let's
army.
talk for a little bit about
Cathay
that
was never their own
box.
army prior
It's a
to
two-player
the new
core
Old
box
World.
for,
When it was Warhammer
Warhammer
Fantasy
the Old
Battles,
World.
yeah, they
It's essentially
existed. They were
what you
talked
need
about.
to
You
start
occasionally
playing
got some
Warhammer the
models
Old
for
World if you
them.
haven't before. It's an
But that was
enormous
about
box. It contains the armies. It also contains the rulebook.
And they had the same
and,
thing
must
for
have.
like
The rulebook is
basically
the
a
same
Japanese
rules
island.
as you
And I
currently
really
use
feel
for
like if they
Warhammer
had
the
gone
Old
that
World. So if you're
direction,
just
because I
sat
don't
there
know if
worrying that this is gonna change the
Japan's
rules
going to
you're
give
playing
a
with,
fuck
it won't.
about
The difference
the
really with this
Chinese
rulebook and the
themed
rulebook you already
army
have if you're already playing
as much
the
as
Old
they
World
would care
is
about
that
one
the
that was kind of
arches
based
and
off their
things
own
that
culture.
are woven
Because I know
into
Japan is
it. So,
into
that
Warhammer,
should make
at least
that a bit
40k. I
easier.
see
Just this
so
book, you don't
many
need to worry about any
people
of the documents.
doing
Exactly.
really cool
And then,
40k paint
further to
jobs,
that, it has an
and they're
additional
all
section
from
called
Japan,
Battle
and it's
Art.
amazing.
We'll talk more about
Like
that
I've been trying to
in a
share
little
some of them
while.
on my
Another
Twitter
miniature
recently because I
when
just
we
it's
said
so
it.
cool. I
Yeah,
also
we'll just
their
talk about
repaints
Muster
of some
List
of
before
their
we
gun
go.
play
Muster
is
List is the
fucking
rules
insane.
for the models that are in the box. There you go.
Thank you
This
for
is
subscribing,
how to play
Trey. It's
Warhammer
lovely to
all
have
in
you
one
join
box.
us.
Is this a new edition?
And it's very
Like, is this
exciting
a
and
new
continues
set, or
the
is it
things
just
that we know and
an
love.
updated
Now,
rule?
I think it's
Let's
an
talk dragons
updated
then.
Yeah,
rule.
let's talk
Talk
dragons.
dragons.
We're all very excited.
So,
This might be my favorite thing in the entire
1.5.
preview.
I think
It's
so.
Such a
I think
show-stopping
so.
model. This is the Warriors of Chaos, Lord on Chaos Dragon, and there's so much to talk about. Eddie?
You just get the sense of the size of it just from that shot where it was already taller than the 3-story building
Yeah, no
behind
kidding.
it. It is an absolutely enormous, phenomenally cool.
Yeah, I
miniature
guess that's
for
true. Like, I
Warhammer
don't
the
know
Old
if they
World. I think
really
probably
appeal to the
biggest
weebs
monster
that much,
we've
though.
had released
Like,
yet.
maybe
It's got to be
On that
right
chaos
up there,
dragon,
and
though,
there have been some
It does look
fantastic
good,
kits,
doesn't it?
Since Warhammer the Old World launched.
The paint job they
there's things
did,
to
like the
talk
heavy
about.
metal
First, I
paint
wanna
job on
just,
it's
wax
fantastic. The
lyrical
lighting
on
they're
how
doing
cool
is also
Chaos Dragons
spectacular.
are.
It's
We've seen
lost,
this
though.
image
Back to
before
what
of
I'm
Chaos
saying.
Dragons with two
The
heads.
warriors
There used to be
themselves, a little bit.
like a special character.
Doll.
Chaos
Yeah, you had,
Dragon.
They
you had
are.
Garak, the Chaos Dragon, which was the kind of one that had eaten the Lord of Change, and then before that you had Von Horseman,
That's right,
who
yeah.
was the
We were literally
the kind of
watching Dr.
former
Stone before
College
this
of
stream.
Magic in the Empire
There you
character,
go.
who was on a two-headed Zinchian
Like,
dragon.
I mean, I do
But
get it.
that's a long
I
time
imagine
ago.
that like a
We've never had
certain
plastic
certain
version of
grouping
it.
of
Plastic
weebs is
two-headed
going
Chaos
to
Dragon has
have
been a long
some
time
appeal
coming,
for
and I think
cafe.
even though
And
we
don't get me
waited
wrong, there are
decades
definitely
for it, this is
some
worth the
models
wait. This is a
that look
really
really,
cool
really
It's
cool
also
to me.
what we sometimes
But
call
it's
a
never
toolkit, and you
grabbed
can
me
make
as
a
a
different
I
action
need
with
to
it. So
start
we've
an
seen the
army
Chaos
of
Lord.
this.
This is a sorcerer lord, and there's some differences. The first
In the
is
same way
Rider,
that, like,
obviously,
the
he's
Lizard
a
Men
hunch
have.
and wizened chaos sorcerer,
Or-
which is a powerful unit in its own right.
Honestly,
It can
I
be up
feel
to
like
a
I
level
might
4 wizard.
feel that
He's
way
not bad in
more
the
about a
fight. He's
Kislev
backed
army
up
than
by
I
a
do the
two-headed
Cathay
Chaos
army.
Dragon.
And I feel bad for
Everything
saying that because I don't think
Yeah, you're
Cathay's
not gonna
aren't
kill him
cool.
with a light
I think they're
cavalry
actually
then.
very
No, absolutely
cool.
not.
They just don't appeal to me
Additionally,
that
there's some
much.
slight differences with the dragon itself.
and so,
you'll
like,
notice that this one has, and they would
super
look a
well.
bit different. And then with a little bit of sort of paint magic, what you've got is two very
As a
striking,
general
different
appeal.
looking chaos dragons in your army. Very
You still have the
exciting
rocket
70s model.
crew for the land of Nippon,
the
which is what they call the
images that
samurai
the
world.
video
Old,
team
yes.
put together
Okay, I
here
thought they did. I was like, I
capture
think
its
they just
majesty.
called it like
It's possibly
Nippon,
even
which is
better in the
just
flesh, and we have it on the
Japan's
desk here.
own
Japanese
word for
figures.
Japan.
Looming over some of these new Chaos Warrior models.
Yeah, one of the things we haven't mentioned as well is just.
But okay,
next to the Chaos
GW,
Dragon,
way
just
to
below
go.
here, whichever one you don't build. So if you
That
build the
results
Chaos
in anything
Lord on the
being from there being
dragon, you get a
Nipponese.
Chaos
Yes.
Sorcerer Lord on foot, and if you build
It
the
is
Sorcerer
kind of
Lord
a
on the
crazy
dragon,
model,
you get
isn't
a Chaos
it?
Lord on foot.
It's
So
gorgeous,
whatever
though. I
way
do
you
love
build
it.
this,
I mean,
you
Old
get
World-
basically two very powerful
the
heroes.
new
Sorcerer Lord
shit
that you
that's
would
coming
get if you
out
build it with the
for
Chaos
Old World
Lord, and then this
sculpts,
is the Chaos Lord on foot if you build
peak.
it with the Sorcerer. So
like genuinely peak.
always
Like
worried I'm
that's
gonna
one of the
destroy
things. It's
it in
like the
that
Cathay
live
models
video.
are clean.
Really a great
They're
kit. You can see all the
super
other
nice.
things
They're
in front of us as well.
incredibly
well. I mean,
detailed.
these are big
They probably
models.
also
Chaos
assemble
Knights are
way
not
easier
small
than the
cavalry
old metal
models.
ones
This
that
is
they
about
sell for some of the
4
old,
times height as
the other
well.
factions that have been
So
around for a
it's
lot
big
longer.
old beast.
I just
And
don't know if
also
it has
just
that much
phenomenally
general
good in the
appeal.
game as well, right? Like a Chaos Lord on a two-headed Chaos Dragon is up there with the very best units in all of Warhammer: The Old World. There's almost nothing that can go toe-to-toe.
I just want to, before we move on,
I'm gonna
from
do a head
Chaos
crack real
Warriors,
quick.
Have a look at the back
Oh,
of the Chaos
nice.
Champion on horse. You can see all of this amazing.
I don't know what my bangs are doing. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Under his saddle, he's got like heads hanging from chains. Like the detail on these models is just.
But you
wild.
can't
Yeah, I
really
think one of the
see
things that's
it.
worth calling out actually about these Chaos Warriors particularly is that these are Chaos Warriors designed for Warhammer: The Old World, so they're meant to look like the logical extension
Can you do me a
of the kind
favor
of
and
Marauder
angle?
archetype.
Actually,
They're
never
very
mind, it's
much
on my side.
Sort of the sort of chaos armored
Yeah.
barbarian.
I'm, like,
from
getting
the
But
old
blinded.
there's still a
Descending
little bit of that kind of like barbarian raider vibe to them. They've got the look of someone who's kind of walked out of the Arctic North of the Warhammer world, so
Just
that
is
they.
about to ransack the old.
She's
Absolutely,
gone,
yeah.
everyone.
You've got to love it.
I'm so sorry.
Right. Obviously, alongside the new core box, people might want to
I
get
have
their
been
hands on some
squinting
other
this
things that are
entire
useful. So
time
here
because
you
the
can see
window
common
has
magic
been
items
open and
Laws
the
of
light's
Magic.
coming in, and
These
it's
are cards which
at that
will use
perfect,
to
like,
do quick reference as you're
luminous-
playing your games
lumens?
and can be very useful. They're not required.
Radiation
obviously,
level? I don't know.
because
It's
it's a book.
perfect to blind me.
There's also another thing that we said we would talk about. a little
We
bit.
have been
This is
talking about the
Battlemarch,
old world for a
General's
bit. We have a
Companion.
brand
Now,
new
Battlemarch is a
starter,
new way to
two-player
play
starter
games of
set
Warhammer:
for
The
Old World,
The way this works
featuring
is that
a
you build
Cathay
smaller
army, which I
forces,
think
not
we
unlike
saw the
Spearhead or Combat
release
Patrol,
of
between
relatively
4
recently,
and
so I don't think
700
they're like
points, and then you unleash
that
them
old, but they're
in,
also not that new.
games that
And
are
then we have
quicker
some
to
new
play
Chaos
and, more straightforward.
Warriors,
There's some
which
rules
look really
in
cool,
this
including a
companion which,
giant
sort
Chaos
of
Dragon.
detail how you make
which
your
looks really
force. So there's
sick.
some limitations on what you can and can't take and some requirements, and then there's different scenarios to play. The rules for Battle March are in the new rulebook, and there's those rules and more information and more scenarios and ways to play are found inside this Battle March General's Companion. So whichever one you want to take as your option in, you can start playing, I don't know, like lunchtime leagues or maybe like a campaign across a weekend of like quick.
I love that they
turnaround games.
keep
Or if you just
claiming
start
you
and know
can
it's the
play
first time and
lunchtime
really haven't got
leagues.
enough to play a
Your
full-size
games
game,
don't play
you're gonna
fast
play
enough for
with
that,
a
you
smaller
assholes.
force.
Yes. Now, to help you with
Set
that,
up alone.
they are releasing the first of our Battle March army. So this is the Warriors of Chaos.
Like,
and Grand
please,
Cathay Battle
somebody
March
tell
armies,
me
and they
who
contain
works a
variety of units
regular
deliberately
ass
designed to
retail
give you a
job
good Battle
who
March
gets a,
experience.
at
And you could
most,
totally
if you're
add
lucky,
these to the new box,
hour-long
and then you have
break,
nice big
who
armies
can
if you wanna
up,
we were
play a
talking
full
about
game of
if you
Old
add
World,
either of these
and then
boxes
tear it all
onto
down
the
in
new
that
sets
hour.
coming out with the Warriors of Chaos and the Army of Grand
Tell
Cathay.
me.
And then you add something like a monster, like a two-headed dragon.
Yeah, or
you've-
a Cathayan
Like, they are
dragon.
or a
delusional.
Cathayan dragon. You've pretty much got an army ready to go.
Yeah.
These are really lovely places to start a force, or just a really good way to bolt on loads of troops onto an army.
Yeah, absolutely. There's also more coming for the old world. This is the Arcane Journal, The March of Chaos. This continues the narrative that we're seeing unfold in the old world at the moment. The Chainbreaker, this Chaos Lord, is descending from the north with an enormous throng. They're ploughing through the northern provinces of the Empire. even the forces of Grand Cathay have been called in, volunteered themselves to come in and try and stave off this invasion, and it's a grim affair. Magic.
If they volunteer themselves, have they been called in?
Is for magic ploys.
That's a weird change in that sentence, like
Winter Magic are
mid.
growing so furiously that there's loads of different magic escapades and things to get on with. It's a really good time to be playing Warhammer Old World right now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the narrative they're kind of weaving as well about all these different invasions leading up to a big war. Some would say a great war.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, I like that. That was a good deep cut if you know your Warhammer history. So, slight segue. It's not quite the old.
I mean, that's what I'm asking. Like, if you are a European and you are in my chat right now, can you please tell me if you are given like a 3-hour lunch? Because I feel like that's what you would need at minimum to complete a game of Old World from setup to teardown.
Well, I'm glad you
did.
There you go. Perfect.
We have not gotten Dark Elves, unfortunately. Our Old World reveal was some filthy Chaos Warriors and some beautiful Cathay.
It's very frenetic. It really changes.
Okay, we get some new sevens pitches. Great.
Ways that you would play, and makes for a
now that maybe you could play. Maybe.
You get
on an
4
hour lunch break
in this game, so you've got quite a lot of skills and things on the tabletop, and it's just a lot of fun.
I swear to God, if their only announcement is a new Spike magazine in 2 pitches.
About to show you, which is some fantastic
I swear.
Blood Bowl miniatures. The first of which is a new big one available for several teams. This is the Rat Ogre.
I love this model. I think the thing that I most love about it is if you look at his shoulder, he has a little rat.
Look at the little one on his shoulder with the flag on his tail.
He's
so
cute. Is it better
cute.
or as good as a rat wearing a gas mask and carrying a lump of warpstone?
It's very close, and I think you'll have to make that decision
the flag
for yourself.
one's better. I'm calling it right now.
I think the cheese.
My opinion is the most important. The one with the flag on its tail is better.
You could, if you wanted to not have a rat on his shoulder, yes, you could do without.
The funny thing is,
who would not have a rat on his shoulder?
But if you're not taking one
no,
of
that
the
one's the
rats,
best. The cheese and tail
flag
flag are the best. Hands down. It's so Blood Bowl. I love it.
And the Chaos Renegade teams. If you want some real muscle to go in there and just clobber the enemy,
Rat Ogre.
Your team can run through.
You've got some mutation options in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of big uns, there's another one on the way. This is a Minotaur.
Ooh.
Or Minotaur.
Yeah, absolutely. This is another
Wood
one
smash.
of those iconic, heavy-hitting Blood Bowl units, and it's again
He's cool. Actually, I like the
for a
Minotaur.
variety of Blood Bowl teams.
Ooh.
You can use it in the Chaos Chosen, you can use it in the Chaos Dwarf list, you can use it in the Chaos Renegade teams, and here you can see the different ways you can build it to fit more in with the teams.
They're doing
so this
very
one here on the screen
like
at the moment, rather
muted,
than
naturalistic skin tones on everybody.
Catch the ball, right?
And then like
he's not gonna do
very
much catching, but he might do even better
right,
covering than a regular.
but like
yeah, no kidding. Now, those are
muted
wonderful.
in a weird
The thing I'm
way.
most
Like it's
excited
very
about,
saturated,
not
but
just
kind
for
of
this
muted
Blood Bowl,
colors on their
reveal,
armor
but
and
maybe in
stuff.
all
I
of
agree.
Blood Bowl is our next
He
reveal.
is your favourite, Adam.
Morgenthorg is my favourite thing about Blood Bowl. I absolutely love him. He's been an iconic character from like right from the start. There is a
that's why we were talking about
multi-part plastic Morgenthorg model coming, and he is
Okay, so they are
wonderful.
ogres. I was right.
The kit enables you to make him in one of 3 very iconic designs.
I really
So
would
this
have
is
thought that they would have been
Reaver's
with the little
one,
guys. I think they
which,
sometimes can take ogres,
really
but maybe
sort of connects to that iconic
maybe they
artwork
didn't
that you used to
debut
see
that
with
way.
Morg.
I guess.
Here is another version. This is him in his gouged eye motif when he played for an Orc team, and you can see like the Orc charms and things around his neck.
The rat is the real player. He's actually whispering all the plays to the rat ogre. Headcanon
You can see he's
accepted.
also got each of the Chaos Gods icons on his little chain around.
I
his neck
actually
as well.
love his
I
mohawk.
absolutely
It's
love
great.
it. If you are unfamiliar with Blood Bowl
Yeah, I see
or
it.
Morg in particular, let me just tell you he is
I can't move, though.
genuinely one of the
Adam,
best.
can you take him in a halfling?
I'm not
please?
signed in.
Can, and I have used him to lead my halflings to almost glory
Almost
a number
glory,
of times. I love him. He's so good. He hits like a freight train. He's really heavily armored. He's got great skills, mighty blow, loads of armor, everything you could possibly want, and he costs a load of points. So halflings are really cheap. So
Can he throw halflings?
He can throw a halfling. In fact, my halfling, my favorite halfling, Captain Colin.
See, this is why I thought they were with the
touchdown and
halfling
nearly
team,
died.
'cause they can
Locked
throw
on the pitch. I could
halflings.
talk about Morg for far too long. He's coming soon. I'm very
GW.
excited. Please let me have one.
Tricking
Let's look at
me.
the models. Okay.
I gave you all the Morgs.
There we go. These are the beautiful heavy metal painted Morg models, and here you can see what they look like. So going sort of from this side onwards, this is Morg. Were you to build him in that sort of gouged eye look, and you see his armor looks like these sort of armor that Black Orcs wear.
Yeah, so you got different armor, different head, different chest plates. You've got a bunch of different options.
Yeah, and then this is Morg with the Reichland Reaver's uniform, and then
From, I think the first edition Blood Bowl.
oh yeah,
Or the
number
second?
of them, really. I think he's appeared on a couple of covers, and then
Well, I mean, they are trying to play on nostalgia, so
Yeah.
But
Like,
ultimately,
GW
build your
is-
Mork how you want and just go and clobber the enemy and force them to.
Like heads first.
We have the other models on the table as well.
Like
You can
dived
see
into the pool
Minotaur,
of nostalgia is the
Rat
only
Ogre,
thing
and
we
then
have
Minotaur.
going for us
These are all
now.
hulking
We
machines.
have to milk it
Power above the
dry.
average lineman.
Right with the
It's the reason we're on
It's a real
Armageddon
star.
again.
She's the star, yeah.
Perfect.
It's the reason
so there we
why
go.
it's
A
Blood
good
Angels
time for Blood
versus
Bowl. 3
Orcs
amazing
on
new
Armageddon
characters
again.
coming your way. A new way to play Blood Bowl in the new Spike Journal. I'm very excited about this. And we are nowhere near done with this preview.
Let's keep going.
Right. Why don't we go to the Age of Darkness?
All right, Horus Heresy. Looks like custodians. Yep. Nice. Here's my thing with the Horus Heresy stuff and why I really just don't find myself getting super excited about it. Because I feel like for as long as Horus Heresy has existed as a new system for them, it... Good God, it's so loud, sorry. You get 45-minute lunch
Welcome
breaks
back.
in the
We
UK.
have,
Okay,
really
so
excited
not enough
to
time to
talk
play a
about,
game of Warhammer,
the
period.
custodians or
Okay,
the
cool,
custodians.
great.
Well,
Which one is it, Eddie?
But so, like,
because the new box
My
set
problem
on
with
its
Horus
way
Heresy
a
is that I
reinforcement
just feel like they're
set for the
reprinting
custodians,
Forge World
and you can
models, and
use
that's
it
all
for
they've been doing
either
since it launched.
Warhammer Horus Heresy or Warhammer 40,000.
And I
If you
just
believe us, we put the
am
logos
over
on the
it.
box.
It couldn't
So
be clearer,
there's
could it?
no confusion. You can absolutely use this for either game system. There are 6 models in this box, which doesn't sound like a lot, but
Until
when
you realise how big they
until
are.
you look at the models, which are huge and awesome. So let's start with the fastest.
And it's
unit.
nice they're in
Yeah, these are the
plastic.
It is nice that they're in
Jetlight,
plastic. No, like
and
that's the thing. Is like I
from
do love that they're in
the,
plastic.
Legion
Don't get me
Custodians
wrong.
Force.
I do love that Forge World
They
is
are
slowly
fast
being
moving,
transitioned
fast
entirely into
heavily
plastic.
armed and armored units, which are designed to storm in and
I
break
just-
the back of
I don't know,
enemy,
because-
forces. Each custodian is
It just
armed,
doesn't.
like,
I'm
to
so
the teeth.
over Space Marines fighting
There's
Space
loads of things
Marines.
to talk
I think
about
that's
here.
part
The
of my
first
other
thing would be
problem.
to mention that
I
there's
am
different guns that come
done
on these models. Essentially, you
with
have
that.
a choice of the Adrathic Devastator,
And that's all it
Arachnophonium,
is. It's just mostly. I mean, I know they're Admech and I know they're
one you can see that looks
custodians.
a bit like an overland
So you
shotgun.
have like some other
And then, you
Imperial,
also
and there's
have the
also
Raptor
Imperial
Roll.
Guard,
Loads of
but
different
it's all
weapons to do
it's
loads
all
of
Imperium.
Yeah,
It's all
So
just the
one of
Imperium,
things
and I don't
in
care.
The Custodes army obviously is you haven't got a lot of units because they tend to cost a lot of points. So you might find that you've got a couple of things that your army's not very good at killing.
You still
and one of
have
things that
the
units like
board
this can
game
do
Battle
is
for
options
Armageddon,
go,
which
actually,
use
I really
cardboard
need to make
tiles to
this
represent
Oh,
the.
I've
Oh my
noticed that.
God, that's so
So you can
cool!
kit these
See,
out with
that's
almost
awesome. That's
a
like
gun for almost
like
any
I
thing,
love.
right?
Absolutely.
I
You
love
can
the
have
vintage
different
stuff.
guns across
I'm
the unit, or
so
you can
very
actually
much
go, I just
into
want
the
them all
vintage
to be
stuff.
really
I think it's also
good
because I'm just
to
very
the best
burned
thing for
by
collecting,
GW
specifically
Modernly
that I'm
and how I feel like they
Yeah,
treat their
all
own
of them also
lore
have a
and their
solar
own fan
power
base
lance, which is a
and everything.
formidable power
And
weapon.
so it
It's
just like it
enormous.
does
The
make
solar
me
right
go,
there,
I
I'm
miss the
it's about
old
3
days,
times
but
the
not
length
so
of the
much that I
space.
want to buy
I reckon you
into
can
your
kebab
fake
about
nostalgia.
5 Chaos Space Marines on that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 4 of these inside the set, which is a brilliant unit to go spearheading around the battlefield and just bring pain to the enemy. It's not the only thing that.
Yeah, it's all
fast in
Imperium
this box.
all
We
the
also have
time, which
Palace
like I
Gravitas.
get it for some of
Yeah,
y'all.
Palace Gravitas is
that
a
really
fast-moving
that really
skimmer
that really
for the
hits, right?
custodies. You can kit it out with either
I miss my
anti-vehicle or
Xeno.
anti-vehicle stuff.
I miss my
Works a
Xeno. I
little
want them
bit
in there.
a
Like,
land
don't get me
speeder,
wrong, I
depending
love
on the way you
Chaos.
think
I
about
do
it.
love the
And it's
Space
very
Marines
useful
to
for
a
custodians
degree.
because you tend to have a lot of very expensive.
But I'm not
models,
willing
so
to
you have
like
very
play
many
in a game
small
that is
units. So
mostly
this can
just
zip around the battlefield, take
Marine
an
versus
objective,
Marine.
getting the enemy where they're hiding in a way that your infantry are very good at holding ground, but not very good at kind of chasing stuff down.
Yeah, and this is another one of those units you can use to sort of cater for.
I do
those
like
who
how
might need additional strength.
hugely
There's 2 weapons
chunky
to choose from.
all of the
Twin
custodian stuff
Arachnid
is
Blaze
though
Cannon
for this new
or the
release
Twin
for
Erastus Accelerator
Horus
Fusion.
Heresy. That is fun.
Say those in a hurry, so you can tailor your.
And at
force
least,
to
and you know
your,
what? I can
colour
tell
scheme
what's going on
deal.
the model because they actually
Well, I think
use
the
gold and
the
red
showstopper
properly.
of this box is undoubtedly the
Oh yeah, no, this
Dreadnought.
this guy,
This
this
is a
dreadnought looks
brand
sick as hell.
new
My problem is though is like I feel
multi-part
like
plastic kit,
I've seen a variant of this
reinvention
dreadnought
of the
already
resin
because all of the
version. They're
dreadnoughts
already
from the
very
Horus
nice
Heresy
version
era
of
at this
the
point are
Talmud
starting to
Dreadnought,
look
but in
the
glorious
same. They're
quality
all
plastic, keeping all the posability, with
massively
even more
chunky
detail and even
beasts
more
of
weapons.
models in
Yeah,
plastic,
speaking of
and
weapon options, I'll walk you through them. Between its
I don't know,
shoulder
they're
blade,
just
you can
starting
see
to blend
the
together for me a
Circulus
little bit, I guess.
Missile launcher, but there are other weapon options too. Here you can see the Iliastus Accelerator Culverin, the Adrathic Devastator, and the Arachnid Storm Cannon. On his other hand, so you can build those as you will, choose the one that suits your loadout. On the other hand, you have the Kestis.
Brother Fighting Brother is
essentially
awesome.
Fancy Legio Custodes.
I mean,
Power Fist.
If that
with
gets your
twin
blood boiling,
Neutronium
then
Escape
awesome.
projector.
I'm all for
It's
it.
a bit like a flamethrower.
And I'm glad you
but with
enjoy it.
neutroniums. Neutroniums.
Absolutely. Neutronian's more deadly than flame, apparently.
Gotta
So there
be,
you go.
right?
One of those guns is, of course, new. The one that's currently equipped. The name escapes me. Sorry.
Oh, I think you are talking about the Iliastus Accelerator Cult
Yeah,
Run.
exactly that one. And this is just a really beautiful kit, right? right? So you could paint this up very quickly if you wanted to, like a gold spray, and then a wash would make it look beautiful. But equally, if you wanted to take your time over all the detail of this, it is absolutely dripping in detail, more detail even than was on some of those resin versions of this when it came out. We have one on
It
the
is
table,
dripping in detail.
and we
I
brought
will not
along
deny
other
that.
dreadnoughts, so you could sort of see how it scales up.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. This Telemon Dreadnought is ever so slightly larger than the resin one. So we brought a Leviathan Dreadnought.
Do you remember when you saw a Leviathan for the first time and thought, you'll never get a big
Nothing,
god on
nothing
that?
could ever be
Yeah,
cooler than a
absolutely.
Leviathan Dreadnought, and he's still pretty cool. I like
Yeah,
Leviathans
absolutely.
a lot. But the Telemon Dreadnought stands a good head above the.
I miss
even the
when
Leviathan.
everything had
With,
squat
last
legs.
Summer's release, lots of people may have got their
Yeah,
hands on
the
a
Marines
Saturnine
included.
Dreadnought, and here you can
Yeah,
see there's
like
some
honestly,
similarity,
I'm looking at that
between
Custodian
the
Dreadnought, and I'm like,
terms
he's
of
too
the,
tall.
shoulder pads and things.
I need his legs to
The,
shrink,
the
and I need
Telemon
his
is a
shoulders to
little
actually
broader.
go like an
The,
inch wider, please.
Saturnine is a little bit broader.
Yeah, absolutely. So this one.
I do.
literally
The
is
Saturnine
fucking
is
massive,
cool.
the
I do
weight
like.
of it looks
Oh
looks
gosh, which is
heavy.
my favorite? I think my
But
favorite's the Saturnine.
Stands ever so slightly taller, which might just mean that the Custodians didn't want to kind of ever look up at a Space Marine. I think that's probably the point, isn't
Yeah,
it?
why not? I like it. So all of these models that we've talked about, so the Gerfalcon jet bikes, the Palace Gravatac, and the Telemon Dreadnought will be available in plastic for the first time as part of this box set, and then available separately later down the line.
I think
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
minute they
Use them,
stopped
definitely
saying will
use
be
them
in plastic
for
for the
both
first
Warhammer
time
40,000 and
in
Warhammer
relation
You
to
absolutely
Horus
can. One of the
Heresy,
new
I will be
attachments for
thrilled.
The Custodians in Warhammer 40,000 has some.
I'm
specific
tired of
upgrades
hearing that.
for Telemon Dreadnoughts as well. So there is.
Great, nice. So that's not everything for the Age of Darkness. We also have a new Journal Tactica on the way. This is Journal Tactica Prospero Burns, the Judgment of Valdor, and this deals with the actions of Constantine Valdor and the Legio Custodes during the burning of Prospero, when
Oh,
they
excuse me,
joined
sorry.
forces with the Space Wolves to bring judgment to Magnus and his errant sons.
Yeah, we know quite a lot about the burning of Prospero.
Magnus
We've seen
did
it
nothing
from
wrong!
The Thousand Suns perspective. We've seen it from the
Start with
Space Wolves
that.
perspective.
We're
We
talking
know
about the
that
burning of
Custodians
Prospero.
Were there, but we
It is
haven't
the
really
most
learned
important
about
time
what
to talk
the
about
Custodians
it.
were up to, and this explores that. You kind of find out what they were doing while the two legions were taking chunks out of each other. One of the things that's quite cool about it is that the Custodians obviously on one side. On the other side, there are some Thousand Suns, but the main antagonist really for them.
It
is
does
the
have a
demonic
distinct
side.
silhouette.
Yeah,
It does, and it's very
for
cool.
The first time, this
Like here's the
presents
thing.
this edition,
As much as I
full-on
will
list of
rip
demons
on
and things,
GW,
new
I still
focus
think their
ones.
models
So
are
you can start
freaking
using,
amazing. It doesn't matter what
the
model it is, they all look
denizens
hella
of
cool.
the patron
Like there's even the ones where I'm like, oh, they've done that character dirty by making him
It's
hella
also
ugly or
based
something
on
like
that.
that. I'm like, no.
It is
They're still gorgeous models.
There's even
They're
more
still
stuff in
doing
there we've talked about
insane
here. There's,
stuff. They're
some new rules. for
amazing.
the Solo Auxiliary.
Like,
There's a whole bunch
I
of
will
stuff. This is a
still
packed
obsess over them.
Journal Tactica, which really
But that's partially why I get
shines
so
a light on
passionate
the
about it.
area
It's
of
because I do
Horus
think they're
Heresy.
cool,
We've
and
not
I love them
talked
so
about
much.
it.
I think it's the best kind of Horus Heresy games, ones where you're going back to those iconic moments in the lore and refighting it. Like, what if it was a little bit different? What if we had a slightly different mix? What if the tactics were different?
Thank you. Thank you for agreeing with me, Rob, that Magnus did nothing wrong.
So, sticking with the Age of Darkness, but going a
I
bit
see,
smaller, as
yeah,
we look
I
at
agree.
some,
I think Magnus
Legions
actually did
Imperialis,
everything
some
right.
bigger.
But
He
yes, bigger
should
and
have
smaller at the
contacted
same
Dad,
time. We
and
have
Dad was an
three models
asshole.
We're going to talk about now. These are models for the Titan Legions. This is the Warlord Battle Titan with Quake Cannon and Conversion Beam Extirpator. To extirpate means to destroy utterly.
Even
And
more
that is what the
big,
weapon loadout on
chunky
this,
boys.
Warlord Titan will do. As you see this video playing.
Did you guys need some Warlord Titans?
There's a whole bunch, and they have really long and difficult to say live on air names, such as
But
the
you should still
Conversion
try,
Beam
I think.
Extirpator. So this is a kit which will come packaged.
Well, maybe
all
stop
together, so you
making
get the
their
Warlord
names so
Titan and
stupid
the
long in
weapons.
fake Latin, guys.
Includes some extra bits and pieces. So there's some guns to go on the turrets. You've got Gatling blasters and turbo.
We're
lasers.
allowed to complain about that. You guys
Two
can't.
Warlord
You're the
Titans
ones in
inside
charge
the
of it.
kit, And it also contains all the cards you would need to use this if you were playing Adept.
I strongly disagree, Star
If you
Fury.
just want the weapons, they'll be available separately. You just won't get all the cards with it and stuff like that. Cool. This is one of three things we're going to talk about. The next one is the Warlord.
I
Battle
agree.
Titan with
Biggie
Volkite
was
Disruptor
way,
and Macro
way
Gatling
more wrong
Blaster. Again,
than
nothing to
Magnus
say
was,
for
okay?
people
If
on Friday
Biggie
night.
had just
Here
sat
is
his
another
sons down
family
and had
of
a
God
little
engines,
conversation with them,
Titan Legions. It
I
has
feel
a
like so many
whole
things
bunch
could have
of
been
different
solved.
weapons, which you can see playing out on your screen. They include the Graviton Ruinator, which you can see here. It's the biggest Graviton gun I've ever seen. Volkite Destructor, Macro Gatling Blaster, and the Vulcan Mega Bolter Array, which sits on its shoulders. It also includes a Warlord Titan heads and those cards I mentioned before if you wanted to play Adeptus Titanicus.
But Adam, what if I had a slightly smaller Titan but still wanted loads of massive guns?
And complicated names, then you are going to be fine, because this is the Titan Legion's Reaver Titan with Graviton Obliterator and Volkite Annihilator. A mid-sized Titan that packs an incredible punch with weapons such as the aforementioned Graviton Obliterator, the Volkite Annihilator. It also has a Vulcan Mega Bolter option for its carapace, and you just saw it there, my favourite possibly of all the names.
Too long of a
this
name.
evening, which is the Conversion Beam Dissolutor.
Those are some cool guns and some great verbs.
Delete it. It's
Also
too
has
long
a
of a
reader
name.
head and the cards you would need to play in Adeptus Titanicus. And you can get the weapon separately should you desire no more Titans. What's wrong with you? There we go. Pretty exciting should you play Little Heresy.
Absolutely.
There we go. I need to take a breather. Now might be the time to talk a little bit about something coming to Warhammer Plus very soon. There is a new animation. Look at the Butcher's Nails.
He could have at least sat the kids down and been like, yo, just so y'all know, there are 4 entities out there who might try to manipulate you and turn you against me. I trust that you'll make the right decision, my sons. And then he could have peace off. Like, I would have just taken that.
That looks a bit good, Eddie. What can you tell us about Butcher's Nails?
Yeah, this is a new animation.
Which book would I recommend to learn about Magnus? Definitely the Thousand Suns book. Or a Thousand Suns book. So I would say, I mean, Burning of Prospero is a great book, but it kind of is
chaos assault on an imperial stronghold.
the
As you would imagine,
follow-up of
a World Eater story.
Yeah, it's the follow-up of A Thousand
incredibly
Suns.
violent. It is by some margin the bloodiest and most violent piece of Warhammer animation we have yet featured on.
But yeah, I would say probably A
Warhammer
Thousand
TV,
Suns and then
and it is pretty much
Burning of
non-stop
Prospero after
carnage
that.
from the moment that the shots open to the final battles.
Fantastic. Here you can see a shot that we saw something like this in the trailer. This is
Yeah,
what
that's my
display
other
inside the
problem
helmet
with
of the World Eater.
Yeah, so not all of it, some
Warhammer
of
Horus
the
Heresy
animation
is I do
shown
feel like
from
at this
the
point I'm
literal
like, okay, but how many
perspective of the
times do you need to
World
show me
Eater is
another
obviously a little
fucking
bit
giant
unhinged.
titan
The Butcher's
with
Nails
a
starts
slightly
to
different
bite.
variation of a
If
gun?
He doesn't get continuous kills and carnage, he starts to go kind of slowly insane, and he basically is chopping his way through as many enemies as he can find, partly to try and achieve victory, but mostly just to try and make the whining of the
No one better
cease
vote
even
in
for
this
the briefest
poll
of moments.
Fantastic. And we got
if
a
you
sense of who was
think
fighting
that he
who.
did
What's
nothing
the
wrong.
battle
There should
between
be.
who-
Oh my
he-
god,
he
somebody has
doesn't
voted. How
doesn't
dare you?
mind what the battle is,
anybody's
really. Khorne doesn't care as long as the blood flows. There are definitely some Astra Militarum. There's some guardsmen from on.
Angron did nothing wrong?
And Space Marines of the Imperial
There are
Fists.
some Space Marines of the
Was
Imperial
Angron
Fists, there's some
accused
other
of
Chaos
having
Space Marines in the middle,
done-
I'm sure,
A lot.
as well.
Don't get in the way
They'll
at
get
all.
on fine, I'm sure.
Like, but is there a
There's
specific?
no
Like, is there like a
But
Fantastic.
yes, it's going to be
cataclysmic
a,
level
non-stop
catastrophe,
action
like
carnage
breaking
fest.
the
It's a really
webway
fun animation.
Perfect. And coming out
that
fairly
Magnus
soon.
did, that Angron has
Awesome.
done?
That's very exciting. So, from the Butcher's Nails and Warhammer Plus, let's go to the Mortal Realms for something more.
Yeah, see, can we all just hate on Erebus?
Hungering predator, sun eater,
Hey, it's our ogres!
god.
Ooh, I like, oh my god, their mounts are so
I
fucking
feel
cool.
thrill in the meat, in the marrow, in the blood.
I love them.
He is the hunger that endures through winter.
Oh, was he just also portrayed by the Emperor? I mean, the Emperor's a dick. Let's be real.
He calls us to feast, to swallow the realms. Eat. Eat.
Meat! Yes!
Gonna be 'em, then we're gonna eat 'em. First we're gonna be 'em, then we're gonna eat 'em. First we're gonna be 'em,
Then we're gonna eat them. First we're gonna beat them. Then we're gonna eat them. I love it. I love it. All right, I've never been more thrilled for an Age of Sigmar army ever.
That was very exciting to see.
What was
such
that at the
large
end?
Models coming soon to the Mortal Realms. with
Also,
the
they're gonna be
overlord
huge,
tribes
'cause they're all
heading from the
ogres.
start.
I am super excited about this release. This is an enormous range.
Don't they? You said you were really excited about the
There's so much to
ogres.
talk about. I think let's start with the army set, which is coming out. This is the first place
a
you'll
cool
get
army
chance
looking-
to get your hands on some of the new
Look at
miniatures. This is an
them.
enormous army launch set, a little bit like what we've seen with some of the armies
Yeah,
recently.
like the Hellsmiths and so
Like,
on.
exactly like the Hellsmith, same sort of concept. You get a cool version of the battle tome and the first chance to get hold of a bunch of the miniatures, let's have a quick chat about some of the stuff in this set.
There are
So
9
first up,
Titans
these
with
would be
another
sort of the main
big gun.
unit for the Ogre Wartimes. These are the Gluttons.
You don't think there's
these
too
sort of,
many?
Replacement or
You don't think there's
refresh
too many
of,
individual kits that
in
GW
old
makes
days,
you
like
have to
Ogre Bulls.
buy just to get
Boy,
those
do they look good.
guns?
Yeah, the Ogre Bulls
With
are
basically
still
having the
really
same
cool
frame
models,
of the
but they
model.
Are, they've been around for a while now. They're more than 20 years
You
old.
shocked me with
Yeah,
that
I'm
when
sorry
I
about
realised
that,
how old
Adam.
I was. Yeah.
So they are well and truly deserving of a refresh. This
They
is
do
a
look
really
hungry.
Cool update for them.
They do
still
look
keep the
really
kind of
hungry,
general
don't they?
Aesthetic of the Ogre Bulls, but they're much more dynamic. They're a little bit bigger. The armor plates are much more impressive.
I do like them. They are. It's a nice upgrade.
And if you remember,
Because I
the
have
first
some
time those models came out,
ogres
they were designed
from
for
Age of
Warhammer Fantasy,
Sigmar.
where they'd have to rank up, so
And they're really.
the
I think
poses were quite sort of limiting on a lot of the
I
miniatures.
painted one on the
These
channel
are
actually. I
much,
think
like cooler.
it was a flesh
more
tone
impressive
tutorial that I
poses,
did. It was
even
really
things
cool.
like
I was
those
very. I'm
ones
still
out,
very happy with them.
just
They look.
really
These
great.
look
The
amazing.
detail on them is obviously 20 years on from the last time we saw the Ogre Bulls. So these are really, really cool miniatures. You get 10 of these in that launch box. This is only the most basic of the Ogre Wartribes units. Let's move on to, I think, might be one of my favorites.
Yeah, so mine too. I think the Iron Guts have always looked really cool.
Oh
These
my
are
god, yeah, look how
even
cool
cooler
he
if
looks.
possible. The Iron Guts are an elite.
The Iron
ogre
Guts
unit.
are
They
very
carry
cool.
Enormous weapons, and they wear more armor. So you can see those armor plates on the arms going all the way up to the shoulders. Their helmets are a
Oh,
little
is
bit
it
fancier.
tied to his
Weapons.
They look like they mean
The-
absolute business,
Yeah,
right?
no
like
kidding.
the size of those weapons.
What are they called
and
that are
again,
in his
much
head?
more Dynamic, but those
'Cause
blades
Angron's
are
the one with
actually
all
the-
like
the
multiple
nails.
humans.
Yeah, the
So
nails.
they're
Thank
just
you.
an
The butcher's
absolute
nails.
mess.
Is it all
They
tied?
already
Like
are
you're talking about like
in Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
what that did to him,
they're
basically?
still an excellent unit. And now
Okay.
the miniatures are even better as well.
Yeah, absolutely. To keep this rabble in line, you need an Ogre Tyrant. So this model is a multi-part kit. He enables you to build him in a couple of ways.
Oh my gosh, I know he is. He's having the time. He's figured out polls and he's having fun with them.
Here you can see a couple of the options. I love this one.
I can't believe 7 of you had voted to say that Magnus did something wrong. How dare you all?
Sort of huntery style thing you can do with an ogre army where you want to focus more on the beast if you want to, or you can go full gutbuster with this one, whichever you prefer, really.
Yeah, if you've got the kind of Beastclaw Raider
Yeah,
vibe.
absolutely.
And I think you can obviously have a mix of them as well.
Neo
but
is saying
you've
that
got
you now have to
a
make
lot of
polls
different
going
ways
through
to
every
lean into
stream now,
different
right?
ogre armies. And it's just nice to have a multi
I do
character,
not.
right, where you can immediately start to make them your own. One of the
Those
big
streams
things
are way
about
too long for that.
ogres for their entire history is the idea of like big names, right? They carry that through
Yeah.
into this battle tome as well, where the leader of your force is making literally making a name for himself by achieving various feats. So being able to kind of
So we're
have
just waiting on
the things he's
Necromunda,
defeated on
right?
it, absolutely makes sense.
Okay,
Those
we've
units
had
we've all
40k
seen
Age
before
of
in different
Sigmar,
ways.
Old
Next
World,
unit is
Horus
the
Heresy,
new
Blood
type. These are
Bowl,
the Maul
which was
Beast Cavalry,
fine,
and Maul Beast Raiders.
but a little
This is
lackluster.
two for kit,
So
you can make
Necromunda.
two different units.
Necromunda,
They function in a similar way.
yes.
Both of them are cavalry units.
Because they're not
The
doing
Maul
Underworlds, they're not
Beast
doing
Raiders
Warcry.
are a fast-moving
Kill Team, we were missing
scout unit. The Maul Beast
Exodites
Cavalry
is the
are your
rumor,
hard
and I
hitting
hope we get it.
shock Cavalry, they're a little bit more armored.
That
the
would
roundabacks
explain
have
why
more
they're
weapons,
saving
whereas
it
the Maul Beast Raiders
too.
have some ranged attacks.
Are we gonna get
These
Exodites?
effectively replace the Mournfang
Oh, those are
Cavalry
that was
in
the-
your
Aren't they
Ogre
cool?
list.
Aren't they so
They
cool? I
feel
love
similar
the
to
I
the
love
Mournfang
them.
in the
I
Ogre.
love the
You can
cavalry.
talk
It's a
little
new
bit more
design,
about
I like it.
how tough they are and how hard they hit in a
So
little
cute.
while.
I just want to pat
So
his
these
head.
are all the models that come inside that new Ogre army set. Obviously, you need the Battle Tome and the War Scroll.
Necromunda and
This
Kill
is
Team.
the,
Yeah, those are the last
Battle
two.
Tome that comes for the Ogre
I'm
Warcry
assuming we're gonna get
set.
Necromunda and
It's
Kill
lovely,
Team's gonna
sort of finish
close
with
out
the
because
front,
it's gonna be a big thing.
standard edition.
Please be Exodites. 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 I would love that.
Burst in on
I
the
want
Ogres.
dinos.
This is
I
the
want
way.
Eldar riding
Wasn't all
dinos.
we saw in that awesome video, though. Do you want to show the box?
Yeah,
It's
I've got
pretty
But
the
he's
box
my
right
big
here.
red
So this
prick.
is the box. It's really lovely. That is all the stuff you get in there. So just to confirm, you get 10 of those gluttons, you get the tyrant, you get 2 of the cavalry, and you get that big unit of Iron Guts, and then you get your battle tome in there as well. So it's a really lovely set.
Fantastic. Right. So, what else is there to talk about? Well, I guess we saw some things which fit in a different sort of part of the Ogre army with the...
Yeah, he's
Moor
cool
Seeker
looking.
component, right?
Yeah, so one of the bits of the Ogre force is the kind of tyrant and the Iron Guts and things like that. But another fairly major part of Ogre society are the Moor Seekers, the Butchers, and the things that follow in the Butcher's wake. The Butcher, again, is a model that's been out for a very long time, well worth an update. This model is a phenomenally cool upgrade.
Also deeply
His face is kind of glorious. I love
strong
it.
feeling on exactly how unpleasant
I
this
just find
particular
it
model.
really
The model's
unsettling.
great, but he's definitely a bit grim, isn't
and
he?
the longer you look, the more disturbing it gets. The way he's holding the corpse in his hand, the gore sloshing around in his cauldron, and all this for what is essentially a really big.
Ooh, I mean, Legion of the Damned would be cool
Butchers
too. Is that the
are
other
sort of
rumor
part
for Kill
wizard,
Team?
part
Cool.
chef,
I'm excited
part
for that.
shaman, part mystic,
Listen, Exodites,
to the ogres. They're
Legion of the
really important
Damned.
to Ogre Society. Ogre Society
Man,
basically
now I
is
don't
all
know which
about
one I want. I think I still want
all ogres
Exodites
at their
more.
core have this
I
kind
think
of
I still want Exodites
unending
more, but
hunger
I'm
that
actually
they
thinking they're
interpret as
probably
the
going to give
will
us
of the
Legion of the
god.
Damned because it's
More
fucking
who
Space
may or may not be
Marines,
part of the
and
great
we all know
campaign
how
of
much
Warhammer, depending on
GW
which
loves
ogre
their
you
Space
speak to.
Marines.
And Butchers try to tap into that arcane
Now I'm
power, that kind
disappointed.
of godly power, and manifest it as various different spells.
Knowing that
A lot
there is
of
a
their
Space
magic is to
Marine
do with
option as a
consuming
rumor
something and
makes
then
me just think it's
manifesting
going to be
that
the
into
Space Marine
magic
option.
information.
Then that's so
There
sad.
are more
I'm so
devotees of the
disappointed.
Golden God
Please don't
coming.
disappoint me,
This
Games
is one of
Workshop. I
those
really
kits.
want.
These are
I
the
really
ogre
want Eldar
cleavers,
riding
and
dinosaurs,
they are
please. I just
kind of
want.
like butchers in
I just want some
training.
cool
Yeah,
Eldar
these are
riding
fanatics
dinosaurs.
of Ogre Society who follow in the wake of the Butchers. They do a range of different things. After a battle, they'll collect up all the various body parts and offal and bits of enemies to throw into the cauldron for the Butcher. They are kind of fanatically driven disciples of the Butchers and of the God Maw.
The combination of the miniatures design team and the heavy metal painting team have really just worked up a horror with these.
Yeah,
They are
I mean,
so
Blood for
good.
the Blood God is
Why would
absolutely
Legion of the
crying out.
Damned be going up
to the
against
elbows,
Orks?
Cauldrons full of offal. These are incredible. They're not the only things within this Maw Seeker collective.
I thought Legion of the Damned kind of got summoned in almost like Celestine.
Or you can make these, which are the
Kind of
Gutsies.
saintly
Yeah,
like.
Gutseers are even more horrible and sinister than the Butchers, if you can imagine that. These have
No,
tapped
the
into
closest
power
that
of
we're
Maw,
gonna get to Skaven
and
in
the way that they
space, I
work
think,
in-game
is
that your wizards become more powerful and can
Ratlings?
cast things spells through these guys when they're nearby. The thing that
But
I
the
really
Imperium
like about
is
them
the
from a
Skaven in
miniatures perspective
space.
is those
Like
gut
the
plates.
Imperial
If you
Guard
look at the
is
gut plates on
Skaven
something like the
technically
Iron
in
Guts,
Warhammer
they have
40k.
just armored guts,
Like on a
whereas these
functional
are-
level.
Maybe, but
Yeah,
these have
these
got-
guts look like intestines.
If
of
you really
offal
think about it.
And they're kind
guts,
of rendered in really
basically.
like arcane parody. There's
I
something
love
very
it. I think it's
disturbing
really.
going on.
They look like they'd be loads.
Oh
of
my
fun.
god.
Yeah.
If it was
And then,
Legion of
course,
Damned
the
versus
centre of
Exodites,
all of this
now
is
that
Red the Maw. This is
still
the
doesn't make
highest
sense,
source
but
of
I
this.
love it way
So that's
more.
Sort of like the head of this cult of the Gulping God.
I'll take that.
Eddie,
I'll take
what can you
that.
Tell us about Red.
This is a brand new character for the Ogre Maw tribes. This
Oh,
is
are
one
Legion of the Damned
most
confirmed to be on
powerful
Armageddon?
characters
Okay,
in
so
Warhammer.
then
One
that's
of
what
the
it's
most
going to
powerful
be.
characters
How
in all of
boring.
Age of Sigmar goes to battle on this enormous kind of
Oh,
cauldron
that's-
construct that's pulled into battle by a
Okay,
gorgeous-
so it is gonna be
gorgeous
Legion of the
other
Damned
part
versus
of that
Orks.
Maw Seeker grouping. So more
Man, I
Seekers
wanted
covers your
Exodites.
Butchers, your Gorges.
I wanted
and all
Exodites,
the various
guys.
Fanatics that follow in their wake. You've got this.
Do you think they'll give us
enormous
Exodites
cauldron,
maybe
which I
next
assume is
time?
where the enemy army goes after the battle. They get thrown in there, and this is both an incredible miniature, but also an incredibly powerful piece.
Kit
for
bash
your Age of
them.
Sigmar
Turn
army. So
your
have a look at some of the rules
Imperial Guard
around
into
later.
Skaven by
These
putting
ogres
rat
are
heads
cool,
on
but How
them.
many shots of them do I
This is
need?
the height
Oh,
of
they've been
the
talking about
height
them for
of
a
the
stupid
Gothic
long
God.
time.
So ogres from across the realms flock to Red the Maw to hear what they've got to say.
To be fair, I felt like they pontificated about everything for far too long.
So all of these models are
The fact
coming
that
in
they
the
do
not-too-distant
this
future for
bullshit
the
of them
Ogre
putting them
tribes.
on the table and
Obviously,
everything
you need a battle
more
zone,
to
battle
extend
zones, you learn
time
all
than
about it,
anything
and
else.
So there'll be the standard edition on the left or the gamers edition on the right to let you get what you need to start.
Truth be
playing.
told,
Yeah,
you
so, I
want to
mean,
get a
this is
rat
huge
army
and
just to
sizable,
display,
update
like
things
leave
for
multiple
the Ogre
miniatures
Maw tribe.
around the
We've shown you
house in random
almost all of the
places.
new
That
models,
sounds
not
fun.
For the ogres, there's a couple more things on the way. The other thing that's worth saying is a couple
want
of the
Ferrus
existing
Manus
units do
back?
stick around as
Be
well.
brought back,
So
but the
particularly
Primarch
some of the big beast
of the
claw
Legion of the
ranger,
Damned.
monsters.
Now that would be a
You've got
Primarch who
something
got
like
screwed
Stonehound
over. I mean,
and
Ferrus
Army,
Manus
you
did
can
get
still
screwed
absolutely
over.
use
I don't think they
those,
would do
and
that
they
though.
work really nicely
Also, the
alongside
Legion of the
that,
Damned is not like they don't
Tyrant, which
have
we
a
one on the table
Primarch
here done up as a
canonically. I
yeah,
thought.
got the kind of beast claw vibe. There with
Do they
turning
have a
around so you
Primarch?
can see the kind
Well,
of
they
stuff.
have a who they were before they became Legion of
Should
the
we have a
Damned,
little
and I
bit of a
think
look at
they
some
were
of the rules?
founding
Yeah, let's do it.
off of
What
a
you'll
known
find inside Battle
Legion,
Zone. So these are the
that way,
the
yes.
factions
Oh,
of
okay.
Battle
I
Zone.
actually didn't
What
realize they
details
were.
are
Yeah,
I
so, we're not gonna go
I
through
was
the
under the
entirety
impression
of the big
Legion of the
page
Damned
program.
was
Yeah,
more
you
of
go player,
like.
you wanna know
No,
if
it
they're
got
up
revealed
against
a while
Sigmar
back
Practice
that they
program
were
now.
something called like the
Fundamentally,
Flaming
they've got two
Phoenixes
big
or something
army
like
structures.
that.
First, the armor
But
is
then bad
if
things
you
happened to
are
them in the
in
war.
combat with an enemy unit
Okay.
on the turn,
But
or
they were
defeated
they
an
were
enemy
like a
combat.
founding.
Okay, so but wasn't there old lore like that they were
take a chunk out of the enemy
soul
unit you're,
like
you're
dead
fighting,
Space
and you
Marines
can
come?
get a bunch of different.
Okay,
That's
that's
like a
so
legend.
much
So
cooler.
this encourages
I mean,
your
it's been
army
that was
get
titled
stuck in.
Intense
If
Sea.
they're in the middle
That's
of the
well,
enemy
that's what
line,
I'm saying. Is like that's how
some
Legion of the
really
Damned were
strong-
introduced.
in the
stuff like
Phoenix
run in
is titled
charge.
Intense
You can make the
Sea.
unit
Oh,
harder to
oh,
kill,
I see.
make
That
them
was
hit
the
harder. You can mess
origin
with enemies.
because
Oh.
they left the ban right.
Fantastic. Go on.
And then you've got the other special rule,
Oh, of
which
course.
is basically like a special thing where when you charge into an enemy unit, you can basically say, would you like to stay where you are and take the ogre's charge, in which case you take a bunch of mortal wounds, or you can say, well, I'll give you the opportunity to move backwards if you like, in which case your opponent immediately cedes ground to your ogres. So it's really good for shifting units off objectives.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting hit by that wall of iron and muscle is no joke. Obviously, the war scrolls have been looked at as well. So these are the Maulbeast cavalry that we showed you before. They come
Guys,
with
we
this
have
new
two
set.
more things to talk about. I
think about how
appreciate
devastatingly
the
powerful they are.
hyperfixation
They've got
on the
like
ogres. They are very cool models, but like, y'all can read about their stats, okay? We don't need to have a visual breakdown of it.
Powerful unit. If you are familiar with the way that ogres work today,
I felt the same way when we were talking about some of the Space Marine
stats
shit at the
are
beginning of
fairly
the
similar to
stream.
Warfangs, but across
Let's
the board,
go.
Wherever there's a change, it tends to be
I just want to see what the kill theme thing is now. I really want to be not disappointed, but I think I'm going to be.
Excellent on the charge because the bonus is to charge, but they're also excellent when being charged. So they're a really hard unit to kind of solve for your enemy. I think just a couple of these on the flanks would do great, or even investing on a big double-sized unit and slamming it into the middle of the enemy army could be very powerful.
Yeah, and you can see some of the special rules and things that are going on there, but I love the Ravenous counterattack rule. That means that you can be quite daring with them as a sort of like scouting units in your force. Brilliant. We talked a little bit about Read the More, Heroes rules. There is a lot to take in.
Yeah, this is one of the kind of
Oh my
big,
God.
kind of big name special characters of the ogres as well. We're not going to go through everything on the sheet. Feel free to take a screenshot and peruse at your leisure. The things to call out are this is an incredibly durable
Seriously,
character.
this is
18 wounds,
insane.
4
Like,
save,
no
and 4
offense.
save means that you've got to throw a
Like,
lot.
and
you've
don't
got
get
to
me
throw a
wrong,
lot of
I
stuff
thought
at
these
this guy
things were
until he goes
cool,
down.
but we have spent way
Level
too much
2
time
wizard,
on them now.
Always going to be useful. The thing to really shout out is that
Wow,
command
still?
ability,
Yes, we are
where
still here.
effectively You can pick an
Is this
ogre
gonna be a
unit
2-hour
nearby,
presentation?
and that
I
unit
think it
can
might
benefit
be.
from-
Okay.
as if it was in combat with an enemy unit.
Because
So
like we
all
have
those
two
bigger
things to
stuff
talk
you've
about
got
still. If
in
they're
your
gonna
army
spend
special rules,
like, there's
you
no
can
way
give
they're
those
not
out
gonna
to
spend a
units nearby.
ton of
So at one
time
point,
talking
you
about
can
whatever
have
the
some
kill
great
team
stuff.
reveal
You've
is,
got one unit in there,
especially
which is
if it
really
ends up being
charged, so
Orcs
right
and
at the
Legion of the
top of your
Damned.
list.
They're gonna
Really
spend
want
ages
to
on
use
that.
combat in the first
And
turn,
then
you
I
can
think
do
they're gonna
it.
probably end up spending like a decent amount of
You've
time
also
on
got the ability
Necromunda,
to
unless it's just a
ward
pit
save
and it's like what we
loads
got
of
for
units. So
Blood
this
Bowl.
is just an absolutely really useful linchpin unit for the middle of your army.
Fantastic. So that's a lot of great stuff coming. All
You
on
want
the way
people to be like,
for,
Beef,
Mortal
why
Realms,
is there a rat with a
Ogre
drill
Archive,
hand
and
next to
this
your
incredible
bread?
range
I
refresh.
mean,
We've got
I think that sounds really
close-
fun.
Just a sense of how big they are. I don't know if we got a human for scale. He seemed to have wandered up. Maybe they ate him when we weren't looking.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I
So,
love these
here
guys
you've got
too,
Read the More in the
but
middle.
like,
You can see the
seriously,
size of him. He's
put this
really
in an
quite
article
big.
on your community
And this
page
enormous
rather
cauldron he's
than,
got that's just full of offal.
because honestly, people are just going to lose focus.
Here on the side,
I
you can
have
see
stopped
the,
paying attention to anything that they're
butcher.
actually saying
Really quite
of
impressive
relevance
on his
about
own
the
right.
actual
Again, these
rules
huge
of these
cauldrons
models,
spinning
because
around
they
just
have been
full of
talking for so
detail
long
and
about them that I
really
don't
are,
care anymore.
just
I'd rather just
these
consume
whole
the information in
loads
my
of
own
things going on the
time.
back, but sort of, he's got these animal horns and things, so they look like they're carrying trophies and things all around. Just really great. It's an incredible. looking
Yeah,
kit.
exactly. That's like, you want an article with all this in it rather than them to just talk about it and show it to you on screen, so you can crunch numbers, you can stare at that article, you can actually read
So,
thoroughly
anyway,
and take your
these
time
have
with the
served me for
rules.
long enough. I'm really excited to see them come out. I think they're going to make quite a wave within the Mortal Realms. We are still not done yet. There is still more awesome stuff to talk about.
Yeah,
in
so
this
could
Team
we
Exodites
move
preview.
on?
Next, we're going down to the Underhive.
Okay, these are looking cool. Oh, thank you. She's badass. Blades of the Matriarch, huh? Okay. You saw Van Sar, so you're happy? Hell yeah, love it. Honestly, it looks like a pretty cool looking set.
Welcome back and welcome to the Underhive with a new edition of Necromunda Skirmish.
Wow,
This
that
is very
terrain
exciting.
looks
I'm a big
minimal.
fan of Necromunda. I've played it since I was a 16-year-old boy, and it's great to see a new edition come. This is essentially an edition reset for Necromunda, and this core set here that you can see here, this 2-player battle box, is the perfect.
What does that
Your
mean?
existing Necromunda.
Skirmish.
We'll talk about some of the other ways too. Here you can see it on the screen.
An edition
which is
reset?
All sorry.
So is this like
my
Apes
favourite
in
gang to
Blood
talk
Bowl?
about. It pits the Goliaths against
I don't
Escher
know.
in a classic house matchup. Let's have a look at some of the kits that come with it. We've got a box here which we can use as a prop, but we've got some great images to show on the screen. It contains 2 gangs within the box. The first of which are these. They are the Blades of the Matriarch. This is all new models. We've not released these ones before, and there's some fantastic options in there. At the back, for example, you can see a Huntress with auto pistols and multi-harness. On the right hand
I do like the Blades of the Matriarch. They're pretty cool. They remind me of the Escher, but not exactly.
You've got the Chem Witch, who's got the auto chem. It's like
You've heard the new rules for Necromunda are trash. Oh no,
fantastic options.
Neo, I'm sorry to say that your fears might be
If you've
true
already
then.
got an Escher gang, you'll probably want to add these to it because it gives you even more options and even more fantastic models. This is also a perfect starting point for an Escher gang in its own right. You could never have played.
Wait, so are they Escher or not they Escher? Oh, I guess I do see the name Escher. Hold on.
The Goliaths. These are
Okay, well, now it's the Goliaths.
Smelters. Goliaths, the House of Chains, known for their sort of industrial power. And all of these like heavily muscled, stim-enhanced warriors carrying weapons which kind of have an industrial feel. So you've obviously got the heavy stubber at the back, but there's loads of other weapons that might be less familiar. For example, you've got the Crumper Riveter Cannon on the right-hand side. The Lady Goliath is holding that. You've also got things like the
Escher versus
Servo
Goliath.
Yeah, it's Escher versus Goliath.
The Goliath at the front. You've got one with a Chem Slugger. There's loads of different things going on so that you can either add these to an existing Goliath force or just use these as your first ever.
They are
Goliath.
Escher. Okay,
I
cool.
really like the ignition cannon that's on the left-hand side.
I was like, they
Two
look
fantastic
really
gangs.
like Escher.
You also find inside the box absolutely everything you need to get started playing. So you have the gaming mat, the measurers,
What
the dice,
pathetic
the
little
templates, all the
terrain,
cards,
unfortunately.
and
That's what my
full
thought,
book.
too.
You also have some terrain to position your gang behind to start playing your games. Essentially, this is a wonderful way to kick off Necromunda if you've
Like,
just never played
Is that
before. and
does that
start
feel
with
really
the new edition.
skimpy?
That's because it's skirmish.
So,
I guess you're
you can see,
right.
like a close-up on some of those other things as well. There's really
Okay, so
lots of
they so it is a
gangs.
new
And if you look at the back of the
smaller
box, you can
scale
see it also
style,
laid out,
like
sort of
Warcry
panorama, just full
in
screen
Necromunda
of
or
stuff.
and Kill Team for
There's more
40k.
to come in this new.
Yeah, it is
edition
really
than just
lame
this.
looking
It's worth
terrain.
saying that, Necromunda.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like not having just
continuous war
generic
between the great
squared
gang houses. So
ruins
there are
of
6
imperial
gang houses that
cities,
you might be familiar
but
with if you know Necromunda well.
generic,
Essentially, you have the
small,
Orks, the Van
wimpy
Sars,
looking
Horus,
pipes are really not
Escher,
that
and
much
Goliath. You
greater.
can see them all displayed here. These are Underhive crew boxes. These contain models that you might already know.
It sounds like
if
it's
you're
meant to
familiar
be a
with Necromunda,
faster played
presented in a
Necromunda.
brilliant format that
But
lets
I
you
don't know
use
how
one
well
purpose
that's
to
actually
start
going to
an
go.
entire Underhive
There's a
crew
reason
of
most
your
people
own.
play
I'm a big
Blood
fan
Bowl
of
and not
I've played for years
Sevens.
and years. I've got a really big Orlok gang, and I looked at the Underhive crew and was like, oh, that's like essentially everything you need for a really fantastic Orlok crew. Things to talk about quickly while we're here. So obviously this box contains everything. If you just wanted the Necromunda rulebook, say you've got loads of Necromunda stuff and you don't want to buy a new the core box.
Well,
for some
here's
reason,
hoping that
reason,
it does.
then you can just buy the Necromunda.
It just
rulebook.
it
This is a
concerns me that they
large
said that this is
hardback
a
book. It's just packed with lore,
rule
rules, and all the good things
reset
that you
for
would want to know
Necromunda,
about
which
Necromunda.
means to
And
me
it's been
that they're
revised,
changing
there's been
Necromunda
updates to the rules
entirely
to
from
streamline
being
things.
a
Every role feels
like
it
40k
matters.
scale
Games are very
size
exciting. I'm really
battle
excited to sink
to
my
like
teeth
a
into it.
Warcry
If you've got an
or
existing gang,
This
you
Kill
obsession
Team.
with quick
find the rules
games
for
that they
There's
can't
2
pull
more
off.
publications
Right.
coming along for you. These are gangs of the Underhive, which deal with those 6 gang houses we talked about before, along with various hangers-on and hired guns. And you've got
You had never
gangs
heard of
Outland,
Sevens until now, and
deals
see,
with
that's
those
my
gangs
point.
and sort
That's
of,
my point. If you didn't
use
even know
their
about
denizens,
Sevens until now,
operate
then
outside of the normal sphere,
like,
things like the Iron
no
Fist
one plays it.
Prospectors or the Ashways
And
Nomads,
I am
and you'll
worried.
find their rules along with the various
I'm worried
hands-on
that they're
books.
just
So
changing
essentially,
Necromunda
pick up
entirely
the
into a
core book,
skirmish
pick up
game.
the gangs of the.
I mean, it
book
already
read,
was
and
kind
you
of.
are
I mean,
allowed
it
to go
was, but it
with
wasn't though,
Necromunda
because you still
skirmish.
had vehicles and stuff.
Yeah,
So
it
like
was
there were
supposed to be
bigger,
more advanced,
chunkier.
whereas this
Really
is
useful
just-
to have on the side of the
This
table.
is
You've
probably
got all
no
the tactics
vehicles,
cards, I
nothing
find
big,
having
fancy,
systems
just
really
guy
useful when
versus
playing
guy. Like,
Necromunda,
this is
especially style games.
Warhammer
And you've also got
40k.
scenario cards which help organize your
Oh my
campaign,
god, what
get
was that
things
game in Age of
flowing
Sigmar where it
really
was all
nicely.
chaos groups?
Warcry.
Also,
Yeah,
if you wanna,
it feels like it's Warcry.
enhance your battlefield, get your game going.
No, I
there's an
completely agree with
enormous
you about
range of
that.
Fantastic Necromunda scenery.
You're just not
and
attracted to
terrain.
Necromunda
The
at all.
design
That's
of the
fair.
range is
It's a
big
very
and
different
beautiful,
vibe.
And there's an addition to it now with these Factoria pipes.
And it's
You'll
all
find some
humans,
Factoria pipes
which I
inside
will
the core
admit
set,
it
and
might be a
there's
turnoff
even
for some
more if you
people.
buy this
I'm
Factoria
sad that Warcry
pipes.
died.
bots.
No, it's not dead.
And brutes.
Oh.
They literally at the beginning of this stream were talking about how they are not talking about Warcry, but they actually have something coming for it soon in a future. And I'm like, what? Because I was talking with Chad about it, and it's been like 2 years
Yeah.
since we've gotten anything for Warcry.
Which played on multiple levels, and you can blast someone off a 12-inch high precipice.
Don't overdo it.
I do like a bit of ash waste every now and again, though.
Yeah, yes, I agree, but there's something I
There is something cool about,
I remember
like, having a little
first time I
cross-section of a
saw-
city,
Yeah,
you know,
I
yeah.
saw that for the first time, and it just blew my mind. If you've never played Necromunda before, this really is a perfect jumping on point. Necromunda is a really exciting game. Ask any Necromunda fan, and they will like enthuse about it. How great it is. And if you are an existing Necromunda fan and you're looking for new challenges, that's
I wish he had made the
tweaked and streamlined. And
the autism joke there.
unlock.
Have you guys seen the meme
It's gonna be a good
that has
time.
been going around for like
It's gonna be
every
narrative
hobby basically out there of like, it's always you're so autistic instead of thank you for telling me about the last 3 hours of why you're obsessed with Warhammer 40k and the glory of the God Emperor of mankind kind of thing. Like that's I wish they had made that joke. That would have been so
Yeah,
funny.
We are
They will
sticking around.
I know
with
they
the
won't.
first millennium, but we're going to go to Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team with this.
All right, please.
After years of searching,
Please.
we're
Do not
closing
disappoint me.
This looks like. Why is this live
something
action?
Because they've done this multiple times today and it's stupid.
Is it more for Warhammer PB or whatever?
I don't know.
For
But
the-
this is a kill team ad though.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at the delay. You gotta see it. Oh, they look good.
We are alive and well in this
so
year of 2026, and who would have had Exodites on their 2026 Warhammer bingo card?
Me!
This is a super exciting box set.
Really, right?
This is awesome.
Is it
obviously
just
everything we have in
Exodites?
the
It's like
box set is so
pure-
exciting.
Here's
This
just
one,
an
I think,
Exodite
will be
army?
Particularly interesting, not just for fans of Kill Team,
Yep.
but for fans
That's
of Warhammer
sick!
40,000. Exodites are one of those
Ah!
last untapped.
I was so
awesome
hyped because,
bits
like,
of
dude,
Warhammer
the jungle
40,000
thing, I was like,
whenever we get to
no,
kind of,
no,
unveil a
no.
tiny
It
corner
could
of
be
the
Orc. Please don't be Orc. Please be
it's very
Exodites. And then it
exciting.
was.
You'll absolutely fall into that little corner.
If you don't know what an Exodite is, very briefly, when the
And it's
Eldari
Orcs
Society
and
was
Orcs.
starting
Oh, it's
to-
Orcs and Kill Team?
yeah,
And
way back
Exodites?
before
Okay,
Paul
that's
started
fine. I'll
to
take that.
fall
I'll take that. I'll
into
take that. I'll take that.
gravity, The Exodites
Oh
were
my
like,
God,
"No,
wait.
thank you very much," and they left main
A
society
box
and
set
taken
of
places
double
far
Xeno?
flung from the mainstay of Eldar.
Yeah, we'll have to get that one.
Maiden
Maiden
Worlds.
Worlds, beautiful jungle planets full of rich
Oh
flora
my
and fauna, and full of all sorts of weird, wonderful creatures.
Absolutely.
And then when Eldar Society was destroyed in the fall, the Exodites were one of the few remaining bits that were left.
Oh my God, that's so
now
cool!
in the 41st millennium, they have these pockets of idyllic
I don't
beautifulness
care. Show
across
me.
Warhammer 40,000.
Show me.
Obviously,
Zoom in. I want to
Warhammer
see more.
40,000, if you've got something lovely, everyone wants to knock it over and
There's
invade it.
probably a war coming.
Please, gentlemen.
There's always a war coming.
Nice.
So whenever their planets are invaded, they have to defend them with whatever tools they can find available. And the
Beef
closest
Chief,
to
how
them
dare
is
you? It's not just
giant
elves, it's
reptilian
beautiful
beasts that they
elves
can
riding
ride into battle
dinosaurs.
and
Have a look at
crush
the
their
models.
foes with.
The best kind of elves.
Yeah, here we go. These are the Exodite Dragon Masters. Eddie, this is a very unusual kill team, right?
Yeah, so this is
Oh
a
my
kill
God,
team,
they
first
look
and
so
foremost. It is
cool.
really
I can't
kind of
wait to
weird,
paint
really fun,
them.
Unusual kill team. It is effectively
Scales
3
are
models and
so
2 little
fun to
things on,
paint.
so it's
Contrast
immediately
colors look
very, very
so
different.
good on them.
In terms of how it plays in kill team,
the
it
God.
plays in a really interesting and
They're
unique
so
and unusual
good.
way. All of your units have APL 4, which is wild.
Yeah, absolutely.
In kill team, so you can do all sorts of cool maneuvers. They are very, very fast, as you would imagine.
they look
Faster than anything else
amazing.
in kill team. They can leap up across bits of terrain. So if you think that your sniper at the back of the battlefield is nice and safe, perched on
Maybe
his
not.
ruin, think again, because a giant reptilian with an Eldari warrior on the back is racing towards you, ready to chop your head off.
There's,
It was
you
a
have
wargasm,
3
yes.
very
There's some
different
retro
characters in there. Effectively,
sculpt
you've
on
got a
some of
warrior
those, like that
archetype,
axe
a
that
mage
guy is
archetype,
wielding.
Yeah.
Is like an
and they all
OG
do very
Eldar
different
axe.
things, for your
That's
characters.
really cool. I was gonna say I'm actually very impressed because despite the much warmer color scheme of the scales of the rider, I'm assuming cold ones,
And then they
but I'm not actually sure if that's what they're called.
Around with them,
Um,
magical Dracolites.
Yeah. And they
Dracolites
familiar
are
to,
the little
if you
beasts.
know kind of
But
how
I think it looks really good. Like there's it screams Dark Elves on cold ones to me, but in 40K with a very like
but they have gone off in
Eldar to me are very because they are the good guys are very.
Someone's gonna buy a bunch of these and probably turn it into like a jetpack or a jet bike
really
army.
fun.
Oh my god, that would be sick as fuck. I hope to see that. You're buying 12 of them.
That guy might be the one doing it.
I understand, Rob. Please share your progress with me on them as you work on them on the Discord, because if you're on there, I think you are. Because that fucking sounds amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh, look at our little orc friends, Beast Nagas. Oh, this is perfect. I actually have to get this box set, actually.
I know.
Which has landed on this planet. The orcs
might have to get 2 of them.
basically find a world full of monsters, and they're like, this is a paradise.
You had it on your bingo card? Yeah.
We can hunt. The Eldar are obviously much less keen on that than the orcs, and they have to try and drive off the orcs. So you can
oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay, they ended it well. They ended it well. Because now, much like a pro wrestling event, if the last match is spectacular, it doesn't matter what happened through the rest of the stream. I'll just have a high over the fact that we actually got Exodites and not Legion of the Damned versus Orcs, which sounds cool, but honestly, I'm so much more hyped for this. Like, fuck yeah, my dino babies!
Wonderful book. They've done an amazing.
Me too. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. I'm so excited too.
One of the other ways that you can build up the kill.
You could have done with a Catachan refresh. They deserve it. That's fair. They do deserve it. But I am not going to downplay the fact that this is so cool that we actually got Exodites. Can you just get the dinosaurs? I mean, just don't build the elf.
Some of the early editions.
So yeah, you buy the box and you just don't build the elves.
Cavalry unit of Exodites riding on those huge reptilian beasts, and they work a little bit in game, I suppose, like your Shining Spears, where they could charge.
You were, dude. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, you were talking about Exodites in the. Listen, I'm tired. I've had.
A crazed,
it's gonna be a day.
Helping you fight, right?
Absolutely. So they hit really, really hard.
I am so sorry, Shay. If you're watching this, when you come over, I might.
Some of the other kind of combat units you might find
have word vomit
so be
all about these beautiful dinosaurs that are being ridden by elves
battlefields and Eldar armies quite
soon. While we're hanging out together today, because I'm so excited. I thought you were. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm just dumb. I'm dumb.
40,000, and the way that they work is that each one is effectively.
I like the orcs because they're Beast Naga, and that is what my orcs are. Like I started my orc army in the Beast Naga like introduction, so I'm actually excited to get some more Beast Nagas, especially if they're like a bunch of the boys with the squigs. But I'm really like I'm all balls in for the Exodites 100%.
Yeah, so
I'm so glad you were right, dude. I'm so glad you were right. I'm so glad you were right.
Obviously,
I'm so glad you were right.
Down the line, so if you wanted to put
everything in the box is new, which is great.
That's completely legit. There are loads of reasons.
It is. That is high.
In it as well. When you look at
I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
The Craftworld Biel-Tan is so affronted at the state of the Maiden Worlds that they.
Oh god, there was a lot of good stuff.
From any interference. Obviously, Alitok is known for.
I know, aren't they? So good. I mean, orcs are great. Like I'm just thrilled that for once, and I am.
But one of the things that they have is
I am legitimately trying to think.
With these planets, and whenever anyone invades, it's almost like
in the entire time that I have been into Warhammer 40K, if I've ever seen a box set that has come out for any of Games Workshop's systems that isn't fantasy, because they're way more flexible about that, but in their sci-fi range of games, a Xeno versus Xeno box.
And then you
like I am legit like yes, I have seen like Elves versus Elves in Blood Bowl. I've seen like Elves versus
Mechanicus versus Necrons. There's been Eldar versus Chaos.
Right, but that's still.
I can't think of Eldar versus Nids or Eldar versus Orks.
Yeah, I mean the models.
I can't either, and that's why I'm like I think this is like a first, and I am pumped.
Dragon Knight.
I think you did actually, Rob. I think you did call everything on the stream.
The kind of straight on pose.
Clearly, you're psychic.
Be amazed if we don't see a few of those.
You're very in tune with what Games Workshop is doing.
Which is lending itself.
Secretly, Games Workshop CEO. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you.
The reptile.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, for the super chat. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. Was there text with that? It's behind a.
It says Exodites. Let's go.
These guys. I think they're going to be.
Okay, thank you. Oh, actually, can I click on it here? Does this? Okay, there we go. Exodites, let's go! It's hidden below the poll for me right now.
I think at least 3 people guessed.
Well,
when we
you
posted.
get to
Well done,
Hell
you.
yeah!
I'm
Anything
delighted.
about Dark
This is-
Elves? No.
this is
Sadly,
the
nothing
best
about
of
Dark
the
Elves, but we did get Exodites. We got some beautiful Eldar riding some beautiful dinosaurs.
There might have been Nids versus
And
Orcs.
kind of the first time, really.
Has there been some Nids versus
It was
Orcs?
like
Might have been.
one little shred of
Like
cloth
a little-
on one of the Corsairs.
Maybe
Had a bit of
an old
scaling.
little metal one for Epic.
Oh, yeah, maybe,
Back
yeah.
in the day, and other than that, they've
Nope.
existed in the stories and in
That was
some
still Blood
pieces of
Angels.
artwork. So, what a happy time! We're very excited, and also the love and
I think
passion
you dreamed
spilled
that,
out
Beef
for
Chief,
Warhammer Studios
unfortunately.
told us about them was just infectious. So, hopefully, you're as excited about these as we are because they're very exciting. What else is there to say? We have come to the end of our.
That was a lot of
preview.
stuff, Adam.
It was a lot of stuff. And
We
said
did
was about
it,
90 minutes,
and I was right.
we're
It did
very,
go
very
until
nearly
about
there.
12,
So thank you if you're still with us
12:30
enjoying the
basically.
Warhammer Preview. It's been lovely to have you with us. I should round up. There have been a couple of questions floating around. One of them I can.
Where
do
you're
right now.
burning
Somebody asked
boys,
in the chat,
they gotta wait a little
what's
bit,
the
I'm
cost for the
afraid.
Warhammer
Maybe
Academy?
with the
The cost
next
is
Kill
nothing.
Team
It is
update, Star
free. You'll
Fury.
need to log in and sign up. But
Go
it
ahead
is
and
designed to
plug
help you
the
just get started
stream
with, your
tomorrow
Warhammer journey.
and
So it doesn't cost
Tuesday.
anything. Just
Yes,
join in
okay,
and
before we
learn
wrap
Warhammer
up,
and
since GW is
hone your
also
skills and
wrapping
learn
everything
as
up,
you do so.
one, thank you guys
If you've
for
got
joining
more
me
questions,
today on
well,
this.
we've got
That's
good
been
news.
great. I want
We'll
to talk
start
a little
getting
bit
into a
about
Q&A.
what
We have
is
a nice
going
time
on
doing it. So we're
tomorrow.
gonna do another one in a couple of weeks. So
Ooh, there's
here
gonna be
is the
another
email address
stream in a
appearing
couple of
listed
weeks,
on the
okay?
screen. Quanda, that is Q and
Cool.
A.
All right, excellent.
Warhammer.com.
All right, so here's the deal, guys.
What happened?
Hi, Halfman. How you doing? You got in before the stream ended. It was a pretty good stream, actually. It was pre-recorded partially, but they weren't live in front of an audience, so it wasn't too bad. We didn't have any audio issues, thankfully. We ended on a very high note, which I'm grateful for. There was some bullshit, but not too much. So honestly, it's been a pretty good stream. Tomorrow, I will be live on Hobby After Dark. It doesn't matter which of the 2 pages you go to that have Hobby After Dark, I will be live on there. We will be hanging out. It's going to be starting at 3 p.m. Pacific, or your regional equivalent, so I hope to see you guys there. And then on Tuesday, we will be back, and I believe, am I still working on the Mazda? Okay, yeah. So I'll be working back on the Mazda again. We should be doing some more decaling and everything, so I'm very excited for that. If you guys did not know, yesterday, when I was working on my Mazda, I did my first ever decal work ever. It was terrifying, but I'm very proud of myself because it looks pretty good. I've stared at it a little bit since. Actually, I can literally show you before we go. Do you see my decal? Look, I'm very proud of my decal. It's very cool. Praise me. But yeah, so we'll probably be doing some more decaling tomorrow, or on Tuesday on the stream, where I'll be working on the Mazda again. We'll probably be getting the seat decals on, along with some other things. So I'm very excited for that. If you are watching this till the end and you are watching this on demand because you're not live with us anymore, please let me know what your favorite thing that you saw from the preview actually was. I think for me, it's definitely the Exodites. I think I broke some people's ears a little bit, but I definitely, that Kill Team box set with the Exodites, I'm very excited for.
Yeah.
When is the last time Exodites have had models?
Never.
They've never had models.
If they did, it was Rogue Trader.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I actually wasn't 100% sure. So, like, the fact that we're finally getting official Exodites models, potentially for the first time ever, is extremely exciting. I only can hope that it means that we're gonna get more variants of Exodites of some variety. I just think that would be neat. I would love some, like, archers on, like, Exodite back. That would be cool. I don't know if the monster's called Exodite. Actually, I never actually paid attention to that, but regardless, I'm excited for it. So I think that's my favorite thing. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, 3 p.m. on Hobby After Dark. And until then, I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for hanging out. Rob, especially thank you for, one, gifting some memberships for the tips today, as well as being a member for nearly 2 years. Thank you so much for that, sir. You have been wonderful. To all of my members and patrons who have been hanging out with me today on the stream, thank you guys so much for being here. Very much appreciate you guys. I'll chat with you more about things that we saw today, I'm sure a little bit later today on the Discord. And yeah, have a good one, everybody. See you next time. Bye.